Christian wins at home. They're hosting Fayetteville. And Mount Juliet Christian should pick up a win at Glencliff in Nashville. Finally, in West Tennessee, FACS travels to Trinity Christian in Jackson. I'm going with the Memphis team in this one, FACS. And finally, Jackson Christian should win in Tiptonville against Lake County.
Thanks, Murphy. And there you have it for Week 9 of high school football in the Volunteer State. This has been Murphy's Matchups with the guru of Tennessee high school football, Murphy Fair. Murphy's Matchups made possible by Farm Bureau Insurance and your local Farm Bureau agent.
Here we go! Let's get moving! Richmond 96, go! Let's do it tonight! Let's go get it! And you know what time it is, baby!
Welcome to the most exciting high school football coverage in Tennessee.
Across the 35 to the 40, still on his feet, still going to the 45 to the 40, to the 35 to the 30, down the far sideline to the 20, to the 10. He'll take it all the way for the touchdown.
Over 20 years of high school football coverage for Middle Tennessee. It's the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week.
Looking to throw this time. This time he is going to go long. He's got a man wide open. From the 30 to the 20 to the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown.
Exclusively on your home for the best high school football coverage in Tennessee. WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station.
1 second left. From 26 yards out, high snap. Kick is on the way and it's blocked. It is blocked into the end zone, and we are going to overtime.
The Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week is presented by
Freeman Webb, Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Calls, Omni Nashville Hotel, Strike and Spare Family Fun Center.
Now, here's your WNSR Midstate Checkdown High School Football broadcast crew, Coach Pete Cordelli and Joe Fisher.
The Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week brings us to the Nashville suburb of Brentwood tonight for a Williamson County showdown between the Cougars of Centennial and the Bruins of Brentwood. I'm Joe Fisher saying hello from the booth at Brentwood High School on an absolutely marvelous weather night for football. Joined as always by Coach Pete Cordelli in the booth. Patton Cook will join us from the sidelines in just a moment. Two good teams tonight. Both these teams made deep playoff runs last year. Centennial 5-2 in Class 5A Region 6. A 1-point loss in overtime to Franklin. A 4-point loss to Nolensville. The only blemishes on their record.
Yeah, this is a really good football team. The Cougars, they're ranked number 10 in the state in 5A, but they are led by Aiden Wright, the senior defensive end, 6'3", 220. Joey has 9 sacks and 74 tackles. This guy's a force. They better be able to block him tonight, or else he's really going to be disruptive. The other guy that's playing very well on defense is Isaac Bonds. He has 3 interceptions. This defense from Centennial, they've only given up 13 points in their last 4 games. And then on offense, their quarterback, Riley Turner, the senior left-hander, he's throwing it very well.
Well, the Bruins of Brentwood are 6-1 overall. They're 3-0, a top Class 6A Region 6. Their only loss, a 10-point defeat at the hands of their neighbor about a half a mile away from us in Brentwood Academy.
Yeah, they're on a 5-game winning streak. They're ranked 7th in the state in 6A, and they run a 2-quarterback system. Cannon Kinder, he's 5 touchdown passes. He's throwing the ball at 67%. And then J.C. White, the junior, comes in. He's throwing at 66%. These guys match up very, very well. This is an offense that is also led by Landon Okla. He will line up in the Wildcat at 6'3", 220. He plays tight end. He's the Army Swiss knife. You know, he can get it all done for them. And then on defense, those guys will get after you with Mason Ray playing very, very well at outside linebacker, and Shepard Smith as well. This is going to be one heck of a matchup.
Now, Patton Cook will be on the sidelines tonight. Weather obviously not a factor, which is great. And although this is not a region game, I think this is going to be a pretty spirited contest tonight.
Yeah, it certainly will. Not a whole lot of mileage separating the two teams, Centennial and, of course, Brentwood High School. Weather is beautiful. Our first kind of fall game of the year. It's got me pumped up. I'd imagine it's got those players in the locker room pretty fired up as well. Happy to be with you guys tonight.
Glad you're with us, Pat. It is senior night here for the folks at Brentwood. Adam Johnson is our on-site producer engineer. Will Brown, our halftime studio host. Hal Burton on the board in the studio. Our Greg Pogue visited with tonight's 2 head coaches, Clint Finch of Brentwood and Jamal Stewart of Centennial. We'll hear from them next on the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey Nashville, start your day the right way with Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel. Bongo Java is Nashville's oldest local coffee company. Get your day started with a freshly baked muffin and wash it down with a hot cup of dark roast or hair of the dog blend. With free Wi-Fi, you can get some work done while enjoying a toasted breakfast sandwich. Beat the traffic, treat yourself at Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown Music City.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro, with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Bob's Steak and Chop House, located in the Omni Nashville Hotel, is a nationally renowned steakhouse specializing in the finest corn-fed Midwestern prime beef. The menu formula is simple: incredible meat, gigantic shrimp, fabulous salads, and decadent desserts. Start your experience at Bob's with the fried calamari or fresh scallops seared in Texas burnt honey. All the beef at Bob's Steak and Chop House are USDA prime cuts, from the traditional filet of tenderloin and ribeye to the adventurous Kansas City bone-in strip. They even have 2 different surf and turf options. And if you're looking for the other white meat, Bob's Steak and Chop House serves a dry-aged pork tomahawk with homemade applesauce. Fresh seafood is on the menu, from salmon to scampi, and even fresh lobster tail. For reservations, give them a call or log on to the Omni Nashville Hotel website. Bob's Steak and Chop House at the Omni Nashville Hotel.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to come hang out every Saturday morning for 2 hours of shows from the iconic Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. First at 8 o'clock, 13th season of Prep Football Talk presented by Freeman Webb with co-host Coach Bubba Spears. Then following that at 9 from Roy's, it's the return of One-on-One with Greg Pogue, also presented by Freeman Webb. That's Saturday morning at 8 with Prep Football Talk. And then One-on-One with Greg Pogue at 9, all presented by Freeman Webb from Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville.
Welcome back to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here again, Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
We're joined now by Centennial coach Jamal Stewart. I know coaches live in the future and everything, but, I mean, you lost to Nolensville by 4. You lost to Franklin by 1. You're 5 points away from being 7-0.
Yeah, I mean, and if you know the background of that, you know, you take nothing away. You got to finish the game and play 4 quarters. But we talk to our guys all the time. We're actually 2 plays away from being 7-0. We didn't. Franklin bobbled the snap for the extra point in overtime, and we missed the tackle. And I told the guys that we kind of took a play off, and we missed the tackle, and they made a play. They beat us there, and then we had a bad snap that hit one of our players that ricocheted on opposite of where everybody was going, and they scooped and scored. And those 2 plays made a difference in our season. But that's building up character, building up going through adversity, and all those things right there. Anytime you go through stuff like that, it helps your kids understand, like, you can't take plays off, and you got to play 4 full quarters and things like that. So a lot of people didn't expect us to be successful after all the graduation, but that's part of it. We're all about developing and getting those guys ready for, the next man up mentality. But that's just part of how our season's been going, and they've responded well to it, and they've made plays. And like I said, it's high school football. You know how it goes.
When you now 6A Franklin, little rivalry game here, your neighbors, you're not in the same region or the same classification. What do you got to do to be successful against a Brentwood team that's only had 1 loss all year?
they're very good. And like I said, you give your opponents their credit, and they're very disciplined what they do. They do a good job of getting their athletes the ball as well in space and things like that. But they're very sound, they're very physical. So every defense has their own scheme. So we got to take what they give us on the defense side of the ball. I mean, they do a good job of beating up the box, and so got some skilled players in some space or whatever. So try to get our guys in space and see what they can do when there's one-on-one tendencies and things like that. So it's the best, whoever has the best matchups. And so basically that's what we're just trying to do is get those guys the ball in space and see if we can make some plays.
What's been working for you? When you look at your team, what are you happy about, or what are the things you need to improve on?
We have some good skilled players that make plays. Like I said, they make crucial catches when we need them, and they vertical passing game has been pretty decent for us. Just finishing runs. We've ran the ball pretty decent. Everywhere I've been, I've always been able to have sustain a very good running game. And this year, it's been kind of a little different for us. Like I said, we got some younger offensive linemen in the game, and we have to be able to move the ball on the ground as well. So I mean, we need to work on finishing runs and also just making the plays on third downs.
Coach Finch, welcome in.
Man, thank you so much for having me on today. It's always a joy to get to talk to you guys and get to talk about our football program.
You guys are 6-1, 3-0 in the region, and you're playing Centennial. They're 5-2, 2-1 in Class 5A Region 6. Just let's start a little bit of a scouting report, what you're willing to share that you see about Centennial going into tonight.
Well, I mean, first of all, Jamal Stewart and that staff do such a good job at Centennial. This time last year, we were playing each other, and we were both 7-0, and so I think we've had both of us had good years this year. Really impressed with their quarterback. Does a great job of extending football plays and giving his receivers a chance to get the ball down the field. Really good receiving core as well. I think defensively, they're very athletic. They do a good job of playing kind of sound assignment football, and it's one of these games where we think their linebackers, they're kind of 3-4-ish, 3-3 stackish. Our ability to kind of get to the second level and block those guys on defense will be a huge deal in our run game tonight. But generally very impressed with the job that Coach Stewart and his staff have done with the Cougars.
Who do you have to stop for you guys to win on their offense?
So I think, it's 2 games in a row. We played Franklin the week before our fall break, and there are some similarities there. Franklin has a good quarterback, good receiving core, and Centennial does as well. I think we play the run really, really well. We're going to have to trust our corners and our safeties. We're a zone coverage team, but every zone coverage turns into man-to-man coverage at some point in time. So our ability to sit there and stay in phase with their receivers as they're running their deep routes, and if they catch the ball, to get those guys on the ground, that's going to be huge. I think we're going to be okay against the run, but we cannot give up big plays in the passing game, because that's a lot of their success has come from kind of getting those chunk yardage plays all year long, and we don't need to do that tonight. We need to limit those.
On defense, what do you feel like you can do against them successfully with your offense? What?
Sure. We've got a very talented set of receivers. I think one of the best things that we're doing right now is that our quarterbacks are getting more and more comfortable with the RPO game. We're kind of like everybody else. We run America's offense. We're a spread football team. So the idea of the quarterbacks being able to get the ball to the wide receivers, making the correct reads, I'm expecting a big game from our offensive line. I think we played a little bit below our standard versus Franklin, but I would say certainly, and trying not to get into coach speak, but the ability to run the ball and control the clock tonight will be a big deal. I would like to see us have a few, 10, 11, 12, 13 play drives, eat a lot of clock off, eat a lot of time off the clock, and that would be a big key to our success tonight.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free. explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call now for your free info kit, 800-328-9696. That's 800-328-9696.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
With more than 18,000 apartments, you know Freeman Webb apartment communities must be managed with expertise. Professionals who care about the quality of your residence, upkeep, cleanliness, and safety. Freeman Webb is affiliated with the most dynamic realtors in Nashville and the surrounding areas. Whether your needs are commercial or residential, their highly trained realtors will assist you in attaining all of your real estate goals. Since 1979, when founded by Bill Freeman and Jimmy Webb, and now led by Bob Freeman, visit freemanwebb.com to find out so much more.
It's the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Joe Fisher with play-by-play and Coach Pete Cordelli with color analysis. Now down to the field, and here is Joe Fisher.
I've heard broadcasters refer to this kind of night as a Chamber of Commerce night.
Yes.
In Nashville. It is a beautiful night. It's fall weather. It feels like football. And we're excited for a good matchup between two Williamson County teams in Centennial and Brentwood. Toss of the coin is taking place right now. Centennial, white jerseys, white pants, sort of a baby blue, numerals and helmets. Brentwood is going to be in the darker blue jerseys and pants, gold numerals, gold helmets. And the toss continuing to take place right now. This is the first time I can recall this, doing these broadcasts on the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. We are in the visitors' press box. We are on the visiting side, so we're not on the home side. We're over here on the Centennial side. Toss of the coin has taken place. Centennial will receive, so Brentwood won the toss and deferred, so Centennial is going to get the football to start this contest. Two very good teams. Brentwood 6-1, 3-0 in Class 6A region. 6 Centennial 5-2, 2-1 in Class 5A Region 6. Both teams made deep playoff runs last year. Both have some experience as well as some new faces. Both fully anticipate another playoff run this year.
And both are very well coached.
Yep.
You know, Joe, you're exactly right about the weather tonight. You get a little bit more of a bounce in your step. You run a little faster. You jump a little higher, and you hit a little harder, man. This is football weather. You got to love it, baby.
Artificial turf surface here. And looking forward to this one as the Centennial Cougars take the field. As we said, Centennial 5-2, coming off a 64-0 victory at Glencliff. Their loss at Nolensville, they lost 10-6 the week before. Really tough when it happened in the last 30 seconds. It was a touchdown that was kind of a fumble, scoop and score that ended up costing them the ball game.
But impressive night for their kicker, who kicked a 54 and a 49-yard field goal for the 6 points.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Wells Stanley could certainly be a factor in this one. He's got the leg. He's obviously one of the top field goal kickers in the Mid-State. Brentwood, on their senior night, had a lot of festivities a moment ago. They also recognized the loss of their soccer coach who passed away, and they had a moment of silence in his recognition, Mike Purcell. And now we're waiting for the Bruins to take the field. Again, temperature about, I would say, 58, 59 degrees at kickoff, going to get down into the lower 50s. And again, this is not a region game as the Bruins take the field. But Patton, this is kind of about bragging rights, and this is kind of trying to get yourself ready for your home stretch of games.
It certainly is. Both teams, 2 big region games coming up after this, and like I mentioned, the distance maybe 10 minutes apart from either school. And I tell you what, 2 programs that have got some expectations here as the month of October rolls on.
Yeah, you look at Region 6 and 6A. Of course, the big team looming for Brentwood is Ravenwood. That's the one that's coming up Ravenwood is 7-0 and 3-0 in conference play. In 5A Region 6, Centennial is chasing a Nolensville team that they've already lost to. Page is on that list as well. So it's another very challenging region. As we get set for the kickoff here, Brentwood will kick off from left to right. As you listen, as we get set for this one, back deep to receive the kickoff for Centennial is number 1. That's Candy Johnson. Crowd still coming in on a wonderful night. Johnson is back deep along with Steele. And also number 12, Isaac Bonds.
They're going to kick the ball off from the right hash here, Joe, and they're going to try and pin it into 1/3 of the field. And that's why you see such a tight formation out of this Brentwood kickoff coverage team.
Yeah, there's nobody outside the far hash mark. They are all inside the hash mark here on this side. So they're going to try to cut down the angle on this kickoff. Keenan Fisher set to kick it away for the Bruins. And we are underway. This is a deep kick. It's going to go into the end zone, so Centennial will start first down. Riley Turner is the quarterback. He is a senior. He's thrown for over 1,000 yards this year. Front line, Catawalla, Coeur, Mize, Langford, and Clark. 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and a senior. Running back, Jalen Drayton has rushed for over 300 yards on the season. Wide receivers are Steele, Johnson, Tefteller, and Cleary. First down for the Cougars from Centennial. They will start from their own 20-yard line. They'll start in a shotgun formation. 2 receivers split left and 1 to the right. Low snap, bobbled, picked up the left-handed quarterback, fires, completes it to Cleary for a gain to about the 25-yard line. The snap was about ankle high, Coach.
Yes.
He bounced it once, picked it up, and then fired and completed it for 5 yards.
Nice adjustment by Riley Turner to not go down on one knee, Joe, or else it would have been a lost yardage play. And then a nice throw after he picks up the low snap.
It's a 3-4 defense for the Brentwood Bruins. 2nd and 5. They're going to run the same play. They're going to complete it again and get the first down out to the 31. So that's not a read, Coach. He's just coming up and throwing to that first receiver who's they're playing a little off, and that's back-to-back catches for a first down.
Yeah, and the ball's on the right hash, so he's throwing it into the short side of the field there. But you're exactly right. The corner is playing soft coverage over there, and they're taking advantage of it for the first down.
Turner's a left-handed quarterback. He's fired twice to the left. This time they'll hand off. Tailback will run left. He'll cut up the middle, push it close to the 35-yard line on the carry. Let's give him a gain of about 4 yards on his first carry, and that's Carlos Vigil with his first carry of the night.
Boy, Vigil did a nice job. He was trying to get to the outside. There was nothing there. He planted that left foot in the ground and turned it right upfield. Gains 3.
Ball spotted at the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for the Cougars, just underway. Man in motion toward the formation. They hand it to him on the jet sweep across the 35 to the 39-yard line. Be a couple of yards shy of the first down on the carry by Connie Johnson.
Connie Johnson is a good-looking young man. He was in the slot on the left, came across left to right, speed sweep, gets it turned up for a gain of 6.
He's got over 400 yards receiving this season. This is a 3rd and 2 from the 39. Cougars simulate the snap, then they all look to the sideline. They're lined up 2 receivers split left, 1 split wide right. Shotgun formation, Turner standing 6 yards off the line of scrimmage. Takes a high snap, plants, comes near side, airmails the ball, but it's caught at the 45. First down, Johnson to the 48-yard line. I don't think he got everything he wanted on that throw, Coach, but they were back far enough that they had time to complete it.
Yeah, Brentwood High is a cover 3 team. So the outside receiver on the left runs a go. The corner goes with him. Connie Johnson's in the slot, runs a speed out, and the flat defender just stays inside. Nice throw by Riley Turner for the first down.
9:35 to go opening quarter. Centennial's put together a couple of first downs. Turner looked right, now he's going to run left. He's just going to get to the sideline, get out of bounds. He might get a yard, and that's about all. Actually, I think they're just going to mark him out at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Will Turner, the outside linebacker from Brentwood, came with a field fire. The ball's on the left hash. Turner's to the wide field to the offense's right. Turner blitzes and forces Riley Turner to scramble to the left. About a half-yard gain.
William Turner is one of the stars of this Brentwood defense. Senior, 6'4", 225, 36 tackles on the season coming into the night. Second down and 10 for the Cougars from their own 48-yard line. Good snap. Turner, play action. Rush coming. Eludes it. Runs right. Midfield, slides down at the 47-yard line. The senior did a nice job of getting out of the traffic and not taking the sack. Instead, he's going to pick up about 5 yards and make it 3rd and 5.
Hey, he breaks the arm tackle in the backfield there, which would have been a tackle for loss, and does a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, and then slides and gives them a manageable situation here on 3rd down.
Front three for the Bruins, Greer, Macatrado, and Weber. Linebackers are good. Ray, William Stockhoff, who is their leading tackler, 74 tackles on the season coming into the night. Childs and William Turner, the other backers. 3rd and 5, Cougars. Turner, they try to set up a middle screen pass, is incomplete. That's dangerous, boy. It was a little tall. They were trying to run a middle screen to Jalen Drayton. It was off his hand. And you know, Coach, a lot of times when that ball is tipped by a receiver, it lands in a defense's hands. It did not that time.
And the pressure came from the nose guard, number 9, Kai Micatrato, coming straight up untouched, forcing Turner to have to throw that ball a little bit quicker than what he wanted to. Great pressure by Micatrato.
4th and 5, and Centennial will punt. Will Stanley handles all the kicking duties. High snap, high wobbly, angling toward the far sideline, takes a little bit of a Centennial bounce, and will go out of bounds at about, let's see where they're going to mark it. Looks like about the 22-yard line. And that's where the Bruins will start 1st down on their senior night. The quarterback, it's a 2-quarterback system. Cannon Kinder, a senior, 5'10", 160. J.C. White, 6'2", junior, 170. Their front 5, Arena, McCammon, West, Wenk, and Roston. Running back, Gavin Nelson. Tight end is Big Landon Okla. Wide receivers are Clayton Merrill, Jones Merrill, and Hank DeGennaro. On 1st down, swing to the right side across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. So quick gain on 1st down by Clayton Merrill. Merrill came into the game as their leading receiver with 34 catches for 338 yards.
Quick bubble screen to the slot in the right. Merrill's in the slot. The outside receiver does a nice job blocking on the corner and get up the field for 6 yards.
Kinder at quarterback in the shotgun on 2nd down and 4. Ball spotted at the 28. Quick pass, incomplete. He threw it behind his intended receiver. They tried the little quick slant to Okla. It was thrown behind him. He could not come up with it.
Yeah, Centennial's playing soft coverage. They were playing in a zone, and Brent was in a 3-by-1. Okla, the tight end, split out as the 3rd receiver to the left, but just couldn't turn back to make the catch.
3rd and 4, Bruins. Centennial in a 3-4 defense. Both these teams employ the 3-4. Blitz is coming up the middle. Handoff. Tailback tries to bounce it outside. He will get the 1st down. Second effort got him to the 35-yard line on the carry by Gavin Nelson, the senior, 6 foot, 160.
Gavin Nelson does a nice job of getting into the line, no movement, and then bounces it outside for the 1st down. Great second effort.
1st down, Bruins from the 35-yard line. 7:30 to go in this opening quarter. We are scoreless. Quick pass, far side caught by Merrill across the 40 with a nifty move to the 44-yard line. He's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. He did a little stutter step, Coach, made the first man miss, picked up 9 yards.
Yeah, the first defender from Centennial really broke on the ball very well, but he went down low and couldn't make the tackle. Excellent yards after catch.
2nd and 1, so the whole playbook open here at the 44-yard line. Quick pass far side to the sideline called. It will be a 1st down across the 45 to about the 47 on the reception. That's number 41, Alex Greer, one of the seniors honored in pregame festivities on senior night tonight. That's his 5th catch of the season.
You know, Joe, there's a theme developing out of both teams.
Yes, there is.
The ball's getting thrown in the short side of the field by both teams in a hurry.
They're getting rid of it quick, aren't they?
They sure are.
1st down from the 46 for the Bruins. Looking left, now scrambling, running right, giving ground all the way to the 35 and dropped, and the ball came loose. They're going to call him down at the 37. That will be the sack, and a little bit of a sack dance there by Aiden Wright. You talked about him, Coach, in the pregame. That is his 11th tackle for loss this season.
There's that man again, Aiden Wright, the defensive end, number 44, showing a burst of speed for a huge sack.
Loss of 10 on the play. 2nd down and 20. He had a little sack dance, too. Did you notice that? That was
yes,
nice.
sir. He's got some quick feet.
3-man rush. They set up a screen running left. Merrill across the 39 to the 40, slammed down at the 41. So a very short gain. Actually, the catch made, reading the number, that's number 2. Instead, that's Nelson. So they did the screen to the running back, Nelson. Picked up about 5. It's going to be 3rd and 15.
Nice job by the Centennial defense. They rush 3, drop everybody, keep the ball in front of them there. And now it's a 3rd and long situation here for the Brentwood Bruins.
Boy, you can tell this is kind of like a prize fight, Coach. Two teams kind of feeling themselves out a little bit here, not taking any big risks. 3rd and 15. Bruins need to get the ball into Centennial territory for a 1st down. Pass over the middle, too tall, incomplete. Was looking for Clayton Merrill. It was right up the middle and a little too tall, and brings up 4th and long.
Again, Centennial showing like they were going to come with some pressure from the outside, but Aiden Wright drops into coverage. They rush 3, drop 8, and almost come up with the turnover there. Good defensive series for Centennial.
Keenan Fisher handles the kicking and punting duties for Brentwood. He'll stand back inside the Bruins' 30-yard line.
Oh,
they almost got it. I don't know how they didn't block that. It takes a tremendous bounce, though, and comes down at about the 17-yard line. I don't know how they missed it. But fortunate for Centennial, they did.
Yeah, a young man ran right by the punter there, and it looked like he was going to take the ball right off his foot.
Well, is that one of those,
That's
Coach,
Bonds.
because they tell the guys you don't want to run into the kicker, so you take an angle where you don't hit his leg, and then you miss the football.
Joe, we used to teach guys on punt block, you run 3, your block point is 3 yards in front of the punter. For an extra point field goal, it's 1 yard in front of the punter. So you run and then you bend to 3 yards in front of that punter. You put the inside hand down, you cross hands, and you try to take the ball off the foot. Like in baseball, bunting a baseball, you bunt the ball off the foot of the punter. But your block point is 3 yards in front of them.
1st down for the Cougars of Centennial. Their 2nd offensive possession. High snap. Handoff, tailback will run right. Turn up field at the 15. Hit it about the 18-yard line and brought down after the short gain. That's Jalen Drayton. Drayton again over 300 yards rushing. Had a 94-yard rushing performance in their win over Springfield. That was a 7-3 game. One of those close. Both these teams actually, Coach, have had a couple of close contests this year.
They sure have. Excellent job by the Brentwood defense that time of stringing the ball out and making it go parallel to the line of scrimmage and holding that to a 1 yard gain.
Only 1 yard on the play, so 2nd down and 9. Ball spotted back at the 18-yard line. Play action fake, rolling left with the left-hander throwing low. Downfield, caught at midfield and to the 40-yard line on the reception. The catch made by number 2 out of the backfield for Centennial, and that is Talon Vaughn. A great throw across double coverage.
I tell you what, play action pass. Vaughn was in the slot to the right and came all the way across the field on a deep over route. And how about Riley Turner? The left-hander coming left puts the ball right on Talon Vaughn. Huge explosive play.
42 yards on the catch. 1st down and drop for a loss back to the 38-yard line. On the carry is Kenny Johnson. Johnson was dropped for the loss by Shepard Smith, the cornerback who came in and shot that gap and tackled him for a loss of 2.
Ball's on the left hash. Shepard Smith is the corner into the short side. Brentwood comes with corner fire that time, and it ends up being a tackle for loss. Big play by Smith.
3:50 to go first quarter. We are scoreless. 2nd down and 12 for the Cougars from the Brentwood 42. Quarterback looks left, swings it outside. 40. Nice open field tackle at the 35. That looked like that might go farther on the reception by Kenny Johnson, but a nice open field tackle to force a 3rd down.
Well, you're exactly right, Joe. Connie Johnson puts his left arm out like he's going to stiff arm the defender, But the young man from Brentwood, he just reaches up, grabs Cloth, and pulls him to the ground. Excellent job of making that tackle.
3rd down and 4. Ball spotted at the Bruins 34-yard line. Under a clear sky and an almost full moon tonight.
I'm glad we're in the visitors' press box on the west side. What a beautiful view that is.
It is. Out of the gun, looking left, being chased and sacked back at the 39-yard line. The quarterback is taken down. That's Riley Turner. He is sacked by the middle of that Bruins defense.
Again, number 9, Kai Micatrato, the nose tackle. He gets great pressure on 3rd down for the tackle for loss.
It was interesting, Coach, because Johnson was standing over here on the left side waving his arms.
Yes.
He was all by himself. He was trying to get the quarterback's attention and could not. And as a result, with that loss, that takes them out of the possibility for a field goal, and they will punt the ball away.
Yeah, Riley Turner was getting spun around there. He just couldn't get his eyes out to the left flat here.
So now the punter.
Equipment.
Yep, they got an equipment issue. The punter runs off the field. Everybody's looking around like, wait a minute, we got to have somebody back there. Don't snap it.
Joe, it wouldn't be a Friday night high school football game. We've had one every week.
Equipment of some kind. Yes, we have. It's either knee pads or mouthpieces or whatever. So both teams, I think, are going to utilize a timeout. We'll do it as well. 2:27 to go in the first quarter. Scoreless from Brentwood on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, the next time you need urgent care, instead of sitting in a dreaded waiting room, call Medical House Calls to give you the care you need in the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. Medical House Calls treats everything an urgent care can and provides a variety of preventative health care services, including IV therapy, NAD, and a cutting-edge weight loss program that is proven to work. Medical House Calls delivers the highest quality care for children, adults, and seniors. Scheduling appointments is super easy. Go to medicalhousecalls.com, medicalhousecalls.com, and click on Schedule an Appointment. It's that easy. Medical House Calls. The nearest clinic is where you are.
Hey, Nashville, Bill King with the Bill King Show. Weekday morning, 6 to 9. You're listening to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Now back to Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
Thank you very much, Bill King. Centennial utilized the timeout, but they've replaced the punter anyway in this situation. This is a high punt down the middle. Fair catch requested and made at about the 11-yard line.
Connie Johnson.
It was Connie Johnson that punted it. Yes, he did.
One step, and he booms it. Excellent punt. This guy does it all now.
Yes, he does.
He's running the football. He's catching it, punting it, playing safety
Gonna play
on
safety.
defense.
Yep, he's a free safety as well in this 3-4 for the Cougars. So Brentwood will start first down from their own 10-yard line. 2:19 left in the opening quarter, and we are scoreless. Both teams, as Coach Cordelli mentioned a moment ago, have tried to utilize the short passing situation. We'll get to Patton Cook in just a moment. He's down on the sidelines, and they've both been trying to move, not a hurry up, but at a relatively quick clip. Snap on first down, handoff tailback running left. Hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped at the 7-yard line. Good penetration defensively there. Isaac Bonds, the cornerback, makes the tackle for a 3-yard loss. Pat, it just kind of feels like both these teams are just sort of feeling themselves out right now.
Yeah, it certainly does, guys. And it's also got the feel whichever team can take the quick passing game away, you feel like that'll be the team that might be able to pull away in this one.
We've seen both teams, Coach, have tried to take one long hit. Centennial hit one for 42 yards, but then the drive stalled. 2nd down and 13. Out of the gun. Quick pass near side, caught at the 5. Weaving through traffic, upended at the 12-yard line. Boy, good pursuit there by the Cougars after the reception made by number 2. That's Gavin Nelson. And really good coverage there defensively. Elijah Hawkins, one of the weak side linebackers, with the tackle there for the Cougars.
Hawkins does a great job of coming inside out on his pursuit angle. From right to left, comes downhill and tackles the receiver low. He doesn't try to go high, tackles him low and gets him to the ground.
Big play for the Cougars defensively. They could keep a really good field position here on 3rd down and 8. Long rollout by Kinder, rolling left, now being chased. Runs back left again, going to be swallowed up at about the 15-yard line, as that was Aiden Wright who was there to make the tackle. That's going to bring up a 4th down at about 4.
Elijah Hawkins, the scrape linebacker, forces the quarterback to have to pull up and redirect inside, which allows the pursuit from the Centennial defense to get there and not allow Kinder to make the 1st down.
That's a big play because with the punt, Centennial should get excellent field position. Ethan Cleary back standing near midfield, awaiting the punt from Fisher. Fisher, sort of a rugby-style punt, runs right. It will bounce at the 45, bounce straight up into the air and be downed by the Bruins at about the 47-yard line. So the Cougars will start this offensive possession in Brentwood territory at the Bruins' 47-yard line with 14 seconds left in this first quarter, and we are scoreless.
Flip the field right there, Joe.
Yep.
Great defensive series, keeps them backed up, and now with a short field to work in, all they need is 1 first down to get in field goal range with the strength of this field goal kicker that Centennial has.
Riley Turner, the quarterback, yes, the senior left-hander, over 1,000 yards passing on the season. Will stand in the shotgun on 1st down. 2 wide left, 1 right. He'll bring a man in motion across the formation. Turner looked left, looked right, now looks back left, fires sideline, caught, and hammered immediately after the reception at the 43-yard line. That's a nice, tough catch there by number 2. Once again, his second catch, that's Talon Vaughn with a catch and a 4-yard gain. And a shot. And the final play of quarter number 1. Well, we're scoreless. First time that's happened this season, as I recall.
Yes.
Centennial nothing, Brentwood nothing on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, this is Greg Pugh. While Nashville might be changing and shifting around us, the inner soul and vibe of the city remains vibrant and very much alive. Take an iconic location like Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. It's the place around the corner with the finest prime meats and amazing meals served by wonderful people and anything else you might need without going to the big box store. Roy's Meat Service is a preferred caterer of the Nashville Cats. Give them a call at 615-227-2583 or visit roymeatservice.com.
Hey Nashville, start your day the right way with Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel. Bongo Java is Nashville's oldest local coffee company. Get your day started with a freshly baked muffin and wash it down with a hot cup of dark roast or hair of the dog blend. With free Wi-Fi, you can get some work done while enjoying a toasted breakfast sandwich. Beat the traffic, treat yourself at Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown Music City.
Welcome back to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here again, Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
Set for the second quarter at Brentwood High School. James C. Parker Stadium. Brentwood nothing, Centennial nothing. 2nd down and 7. Handoff tailback left side. Big hole inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. That'll be very close to a 1st down on a really strong carry there by Vigil. And let's see, it will depend on the spot. They will move the chains. That's a 1st down. That's a nice job running over that left side.
Sure is. A little misdirection that time. Connie Johnson comes in motion left to right, and then the defense kind of slides to the field, and then they hand the ball back to Vigil going off that left side. Excellent run, like you said, Joe, for the 1st down.
Right behind Catawalla and Cure, the left side of that offensive line. 1st down from the Bruins' 37-yard line for Centennial. They swing the pass near side, caught 40. 35, still on his feet, backpedaling close to the 30-yard line before finally being swarmed and stopped there on the reception by Ethan Cleary, his 3rd catch of the night.
Excellent blocking on the perimeter by Talon Vaughn and Connie Johnson that time to allow Cleary to get turned up and gain 7.
Yes, a gain of 7 on the play. They mark it right at the 30-yard line near hash mark. Centennial moving left to right as you listen. White jerseys, pants, baby blue numerals, and helmets against an all-blue, dark blue Brentwood uniform with gold jerseys and helmets. Quick pass near side, caught 30. 25, 20 down the sideline, 15-yard line, and a 1st down in the red zone on the catch, a 15-yard reception, and that's Talon Vaughn, who's had a nice first half.
And the snap was low again.
Yes, it was.
And I tell you what, Riley Turner does a great job of getting the ball off the turf and delivering it right to his receiver, but again, excellent blocking on the perimeter by Centennial.
That's 2 or 3 that Turner has scooped up off the turf tonight and completed passes on. Little pump fake hitch to the end zone, too tall and incomplete. He was looking down after the hitch and go to Cleary, but it was well overthrown.
Well, when you're down in the red zone here, there's not a lot of field to work with. So excellent decision that time by Turner to throw that ball out of the end zone because he's got 3 on the board. You have to know the time, the score, the situation. Don't take points off the board, so don't risk throwing it into coverage. Nice job by Riley Turner.
2nd down and 10 from the Bruins' 15-yard line. 10:27 to go in this first half. Scoreless, but Centennial knocking on the door. Turner with the blitz coming. Hands off, sweep left, inside the 15 to about the 12. That's Vigil, who'll get about 3 or 4 yards on the play and bring up 3rd down. Good pursuit outside. Grant Weber, the defensive end, making the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Cougars.
I can understand why Centennial wants to run to that left side.
Yes.
Catawalla is 6'5", 230, and Kerr, the left guard, 6'4", 315. Wow.
A little bit of size over there. Yeah, that guard, you can tell he takes up a little bit of room. In the gun on 3rd down. Blitz coming again. Turner eludes it. Eases outside. Looking downfield. Pumps. Makes another man miss. Now throws one toward the end zone, and it's incomplete.
What
Oh,
a
he
play.
could not hang on. Turner fighting for his life out there. Eluded man after man. Put it into the end zone. Vaughn could not come up with it. But there's a penalty flag down. It would have come back anyway. It's going to be a penalty on the Cougars. Now the decision, Coach. Decline it 4th and 7 or take the penalty and back it up.
I don't know if they're going to call holding or offensive lineman downfield.
I would have thought it might be downfield because he was scrambling for a long time.
Boy, he did a great job to keep that play alive.
Looking to the sideline, our referee tonight trying to get an official answer from the folks at Brentwood. It looks like holding. It is holding, and they apparently will take the penalty, so they're going to back it up to the 23-yard line.
Again, you don't need to get the touchdown. Just if you can get the ball to the 10, you have a chance because you have 3 on the board.
Ball at the 23-yard line. Blitz coming from the near side. Turner sacked all the way back at the 33-yard line. He came untouched off the corner, and that was number 1 coming through for Brentwood. That was William Turner.
There it is, that field fire again. Turner is one heck of a force. 6'4", 225, and like you said, Joe, came untouched. And with Riley Turner being a left-handed quarterback, he's looking to the left side of the field.
Never saw him.
Came from his blind side. No one picked him up. Huge, huge loss.
Now they're going to line up to apparently attempt what would be a 49-yard field goal. Now, Wells Stanley had field goals of 45 and 54 against Nolensville, and he kicked it, but time was called just beforehand. The kick came up short.
The play clock was down to 2, and the kicker had not lined up, so Coach Stewart was calling timeout. Great decision there. Now you bring everybody over and say, hey, look, we got to block this thing from inside out. There's no penetration in the A gap, B gap. Force them around outside. Give our kicker a chance. We've seen him make 2 long field goals before.
He's proven it. Yep, certainly has.
Give him a chance.
Certainly thank all of our fine sponsors that help make these broadcasts possible on the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. The Omni Nashville Hotel, Wesley Mortgage, Strike and Spare Family Fund Centers, Freeman Webb, Roy's Meat Service, and Medical House Calls.
Joe, the other thing is you don't want penetration up the middle. If you find you're getting that, you move the holder back to 8 yards so he has a chance to get the ball up. If it's at 7 and it's a low-line drive, some guys will get their hands up and they can deflect it. So the ball is at the 32?
39.
Oh,
this is a 49-yard attempt. Turner, the quarterback, is the holder for Wells Stanley. Kick is on the way, and it is just short and no good. It was right on line, but just a couple of yards short. So the combination of the penalty and the sack changed things and turned it over, and Brentwood will start first down with 9:09 left in this first half.
All right. Wow. That was a huge tackle for loss on the sack there.
Let me throw it down to Patton. Let me throw it down to Patton Cook. You got a couple of scores you can update it for us?
Yeah, a couple quick ones here. Ravenwood right now leading Franklin 7-0 the first quarter, and it's early, but Coffee County Central leading 3-0 against the powerhouse Oakland High School.
It is early, but we'll see. But, you mentioned that Ravenwood. That's the one that the folks at Brentwood are going to be targeting. That's the one that comes up for them later on to possibly decide the region. First down, quarterback keeper. New quarterback in the game across the 25, hit hard at the 26-yard line. That is J.C. White, the junior, 6'2" and 170. Coming into the game, 40 of 61 passing, 465 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Design quarterback run that time. J.C. catches the snap, holds 1 second, allows the blocks to develop, and runs between the right guard and right tackle for a gain of 6.
He got 6 yards on the play. It's 2nd down and 4. He'll line up in the gun, 2 wide left, 1 right. Takes the snap, play action, going to keep running right. He's keeping all the way again. Turns across the 30. It'll be enough for a first down, I believe, to the 31-yard line. He did a little play action fake, Coach. It looked like a RPO, but he was planning on keeping the entire time.
No doubt about it. And then he breaks a tackle in the backfield, which could have ended up being tackle for loss. But excellent effort by J.C. White to get out of trouble and get the first down.
Moves it to the 31-yard line where the blue-clad Bruins will start first down. They'll send 2 wide to the left side. Quarterback with the tailback off his left shoulder in the shotgun. This time just a direct give on the read option. Hands tailback across the 35 to the 38-yard line to Shepard Smith with the carry. A very deliberate snap in the backfield. I mean, he just stood tall, barely moved, and just read it and handed it to the tailback.
Sure did. And Brentwood's in a 2 tight end situation. They're in 12 personnel. And Landon Oakley's back in the backfield, and he comes across and he leads up as the lead blocker that time for his running back.
Same play. This time they play fake it, drop it a little slant, and the receiver fell down at the line of scrimmage. That was a catch made by Clunan, but he just fell down on the turf and lost a yard on the play back to the 36.
Well, he was being hunted down by Connie Johnson, who was flying from his free safety position. That Johnson might have held that to a 1-yard gain. Excellent read and react by Connie Johnson from his free safety spot.
3rd and 5 for Brentwood. Inside 7 minutes to go first half, still scoreless between Centennial and Brentwood.
Changing the play.
Quarterback in the gun. 2 wide left. Tight formation again in the middle. Handoff tailback right up the middle, bounces right across the 40, 45, and a first down. Well, there's not a lot of magic behind that. Just handed off and got a great block up front by the left guard, Patrick McCammon, that opened the hole for the first down.
Yeah, that was a nice run that time. Again, Brentwood's in a 2 tight situation. They're in 12 personnel, and Landon Oakley comes right to left, but there was a huge opening in that offensive line, and Brentwood keeps the chains moving.
First down from their own 45-yard line. Out of the shotgun, low snap, handoff, tailback runs right, tries to bounce it outside, will get to midfield, and spun down at about the 47-yard line on a good gain by Gavin Nelson, the senior. Nice gain on first down, brings up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Brentwood gets around the edge that time. No one sets the edge for Centennial, and big 8-yard gain around the right side.
You know, Coach Brentwood's having success just running the football. They haven't needed to put the ball in the air.
And they've gone to this running game with their new quarterback, J.C. White.
2nd down and 2, White in the gun. White rolling, looking to throw. They try to set up a screen to the other side, inside the 45. Oh, a great move inside the 40 to the 35 and hit out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Oh, what a terrific move that was put on by Gavin Nelson. Looked like they had him pinned at about the 40, and he stepped sideways and picked up another 10 after that.
Shakes the tackler off, and then yards after contact are huge, and that was a great effort run that time. Brentwood moving the ball.
Trip receiver split right. Handoff. Nelson just kind of runs into the middle, hesitates, then pushes forward. He sort of stopped, hesitated for a second, and then pushed forward and picked up about 4 yards on the play. Tackle made by Tefteller, the outside linebacker.
Brentwood's doing a nice job after the initial contact of keeping their feet moving on contact and then getting extra yardage here. Big first down run.
Yeah, he ran into the middle and just sort of hesitated and stopped and then shifted back into gear. 2nd and 6. Pump fake, they try the hitch and go, and instead he's smothered all the way back at the 32-yard line, and there he is again. That's Aiden Wright. That's his 2nd sack of this first half.
There's that man again, number 44, Aiden Wright, coming from his defensive end position on the right side of the defense. And again, getting great pressure. This guy's got a great first step. He can get around the tackle and gets to the quarterback in a hurry. Big play.
They were going to do the little hitch and go, Coach. He was trying to go long, and Wright said, nope, you're taking too long, and put him down. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 12, empty backfield. Out of the shotgun, White pumps, fires long, throws it up into the end zone. Touchdown, Brentwood! Touchdown, Bruins!
Someone missed the coverage back there. This receiver's wide open.
Alex Greer, the senior, got behind the defense and was just camped out at about the 1-yard line waiting for the football.
And White, he looked right first, and then all of a sudden he looks left, and he finds his receiver wide open on the 1-yard line, and there was no Centennial defender within 10 yards of him.
5th touchdown pass of the season for White, 1st touchdown reception of the year for Greer. And now Keenan Fisher on to attempt the extra point. Good snap. And the kick is up, and it is good. 3:59 left in the first half, and Brentwood finally gets somebody on the board. Bruins 7, Centennial nothing on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro, with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
Hey, college football fans, Bill King here. Listen to Ole Miss Evie Friday mornings at 7 on The Bill King Show. You're listening to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
The Bruins of Brentwood strike first, touchdown pass from White to Greer to make it 7-0. Patton, what do you have on the sideline?
Yeah, guys, the corner here on the near sideline, he had something for the top.
Kind of breaking up a little bit there, Patton. We'll try it again here in just a second. Patton was standing right down there close to where that ball was thrown, so Brentwood will kick the ball away, and this one's going to go into the end zone once again. So let's see if Centennial has an answer. They've moved the football coach at times tonight, but just have come up empty.
Big sacks on 3rd down.
Yep.
The 3rd down pressure, whether it's been from Mick Catrato or Will Turner for Brentwood, that has stopped the drives for Centennial here in the first half.
Let me try it again. Patton, you want to try it again?
Yeah.
Nah, it's still breaking up. Okay. We'll get it worked out. First down for Centennial from their 20-yard line. Trailing 7-0, 3:59 left in this first half. Turner has gone all the way at quarterback. Left-hander takes the snap, and they blow a whistle to stop the play just as the snap was executed. There's a penalty flag down. That might be delay of game. And it is.
Wow.
Boy, you hate that coming right out of a kickoff.
No question. Especially when you have the chance to call the play on the sideline, get your team to the ball, and get it snapped.
So now you set up in 1st and 15 from the 15.
Yep.
Turner sets up in the shotgun, has a little word into the ear of the tailback standing next to him on his left side. Turner looks that way. Rush is coming, sacked all the way back again. at the 6-yard line. Boy, they brought the blitz. Did the Bruins, and up the middle, that was William Stockoff, the leading tackler on this Bruins team. They've turned the dogs loose here in this second quarter.
Brentwood has found something there in the A-gap between the left guard and the center, and they're getting great penetration because, again, the linebacker comes untouched for the sack.
Well, this is a big one now, Coach. It sets up, a 2nd down and 25. The Bruins, if they can make a couple of defensive stops, should get excellent field position again. Turner drops into his end zone. Swing pass near side, incomplete. Just off the fingertips of his intended receiver, number 5, Jalen Drayton, the senior. And that brings up 3rd down and long.
Well, the defensive front for Brentwood is starting to get pressure now on every play. They are really dominating the line of scrimmage for the Bruins.
3-man defensive front, Greer, Micatrano, and Weber, and then those linebackers very active, especially Turner and Stockoff, along with Ray and Childs. 3rd down and 25 for the Cougars of Centennial. Ball all the way back at their own 6-yard line. Turner takes the snap standing on the goal line. Swing pass near side, caught at the 10, shoved out of bounds at about the 13-yard line on the reception by Drayton, but well short of the 1st down.
There's Will Turner again to make the play to knock the running back out of bounds. Will Turner can run now.
Yep.
Wow. This guy coming off the edge or in coverage, he sure shows a burst. At 6'4", 225.
Yeah, I was going to say with good size, yeah.
Ooh, buddy.
He made a couple of really big plays defensively in the Franklin game, and timeout is taken here with 3:08 left in the half. Turner against Franklin had a strip sack that stopped the last drive opportunity for Franklin, and it had a block punt as well in that game. So the timeout taken here to stop the clock with 3:08 left. Brentwood opened the season with a win over Blackman 24-14. Their only loss at Brentwood Academy right down the road from us here, 16-6. Rolled over Hendersonville. I tell you, an impressive win on this list. If you're from this Midstate area, you go to Henry County and win.
Yes, sir.
That's a darn good win.
That sure
and
is.
to go to Paris and win 7-6.
Yep.
They did. Then they shut out Summit, beat Overton, and then the big win over a good Franklin team that we saw earlier, 17-9.
This team's getting better every week.
Yep. So 4th down, Merrill back deep to receive the punt. He had a 67-yard kickoff return in their win over Franklin. He's standing back near midfield awaiting the punt from Stanley. Stanley standing back at his own 5-yard line. High punt, almost blocked, may have been partially blocked. It comes out of bounds on this near sideline. Let's see where they're going to mark that out. It's going to be close to the 30-yard line.
I believe that ball got tipped coming off the punter's foot.
It must have. They're going to mark it out at the 35, and it will be 1st down for the Bruins from that point with 2:59 left. That's a couple of near misses tonight.
Yes.
On punts.
Both teams had a chance to block punts.
So now the Bruins, after their touchdown pass made it 7-0, get the ball back in outstanding field position at the Centennial 35-yard line.
Now we have a stoppage. Oh, they had to reset the play
Yeah, to
clock.
reset the clock.
Okay.
Yep. Now they're ready to go.
Plenty of time left before the half here.
2:59, still have a timeout remaining.
J.C. White stays in the game at quarterback.
He was very effective. He and Kinder have shared the duties all year long. White with the touchdown pass to give them the lead. White rolling right on 1st down, still looking. Now fires incomplete. Just sort of threw that one into the turf.
Yeah.
Closest receiver was James Merrill, the sophomore. Just line drive, just ran that play and then threw it away to stop the clock with 3:01 left.
They sprinted away from number 44.
No, really?
And Aiden Wright. And not only that, Joe, they had the back come back to pick him up, and they had an uncovered lineman come out. They double-teamed Wright to make sure he didn't make Another tackle for loss.
He's already got 2 sacks on the night. 2nd down and 10. White rolling right again. Fires to the sideline, caught, stepping out of bounds after the catch at the 30-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 5 yards on the reception by number 4, Clayton Merrill. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Clock stopped, 2:56 to go before halftime.
Good job by J.C. White getting the ball out quick to his receiver, and the receiver having an awareness of where he was, heads up to step out of bounds so they don't have to take a timeout.
3rd and 5 for the Bruins. Ball is at the Centennial 30. It's on the far hash mark. Bruins moving right to left as you listen. 2 wide left, 1 right. White hands off, tailback right up the gut, then a nice move to the right. 1st down and much more down the sidelines and out of bounds. Boy, a nifty move from the middle of the field to take it all the way down to the 10-yard line on the carry by Gavin Nelson. He gets 20 and a 1st down.
Great job by the center, Britton West, the right guard, Philip Wank, and the right tackle, Sam Roston, to open up the running lane for Nelson that time. What a burst of speed to get around the corner.
Well, you mentioned the time, 2:49 left. Brentwood in no hurry, don't need to be. They're on the 10, 1st downs, clock is stopped, leading 7-0 the Bruins. Handoff, tailback again. Nelson goes that right side again, pushes it down close to the 5 at about the 6. It will be 2nd down and officially goal. It was just inside the 10, so 2nd and goal from the 6.
Brentwood going tempo now, trying to get the ball snapped quickly.
And a whistle stops play just as the snap was being executed. And a timeout was taken. We'll take it as well with 2:29 left in the half. Brentwood knocking on the door, leading 7-0 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Touchdown! Oh, I like it. It's up to you now. It's up to you. I like it.
You're listening to WNSR's Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Pete Cordelli.
Hope you join us tomorrow on WNSR starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning with Prep Football Talk, followed by One-on-One at 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, the JB and KB podcast show, and then a little later on, the Tigers of Tennessee State at Howard in a 2 p.m. start.
Big game. That's a huge game tomorrow.
After the timeout, 2nd and goal. Keeper out of the Wildcat, pushing it to the 5 and then dragged back from the 5-yard line. That's about all on the carry. That was Zachary Maples with his first carry. Or was that Oakland they lined up? That was Oakland, the big man that they line up in the Wildcat.
6'3", 225. He's usually the tight end in there, but he is their Wildcat red zone specialist.
3rd and goal from the 4. He'll stay in the backfield looking to take the snap again. Now they will shift the formation. They flip it from the right to the left side, strong left. Oakland takes the snap, runs over that left side and strolls into the end zone. Wow. Touchdown, Brentwood. Coach, they lined up and then they shifted the entire formation. They brought the right side of the line to the left. They went strong left, and Oakland just lined up and ran right behind them.
Yeah, Philip Wank, the right guard, Sam Roston, the right tackle, and Bowen Clune, the backup tight end. They were on the right. Like you said, Joe, they all flipped left, and the guys on the left went right. And Oakland goes off tackle left into the end zone untouched.
And the extra point by Keenan Fisher is up, and it is good. And just before intermission, the homestanding senior night Bruins extend their lead to 14-0 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to come hang out every Saturday morning for 2 hours of shows from the iconic Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. First at 8 o'clock, 13th season of Prep Football Talk presented by Freeman Webb with co-host Coach Bubba Spears. Then following that at 9 from Roy's, it's the return of One-on-One with Greg Pogue, also presented by Freeman Webb. That's Saturday morning at 8 with Prep Football Talk. And then One-on-One with Greg Pogue at 9, all presented by Freeman Webb from Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville.
Hey Nashville, it's John Burton from JB and the General, weekday mornings 9 to 11. You're listening to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Now back to Joe Fisher.
Well, Brentwood took advantage of the short field. They got the ball at the Centennial 35. Didn't take long to cash it in. And the Bruins have pushed their advantage to 14-0 now with 1:46 left before halftime. Kickoffs have gone into the end zone. And Fisher, this one's going to be short and will be fielded by an up man at the 6. Running to the right to the 10, middle of the field 15, turns up to the 20, still on his feet to the 25, trying to get outside, finally slammed down at the 28-yard line on a nice return. That was Isaac Bonds.
Yes.
Bonds had a 92-yard touchdown kickoff return against Summit this year.
Isaac Bonds is one heck of an athlete. He's got 3 interceptions on the year, but he's also an excellent receiver and return man.
Well, Centennial has moved the ball up and down the field at times tonight. Penalties have gotten in the way. Sacks have gotten in the way.
Especially on third down. They've given up huge losses on 3 different series.
1:36 left in this second quarter. Turner will line up in the gun. Vigil standing to his left shoulder. 2 wide to each side. Turner against a 4-man rush. Has plenty of time. Fires near side, incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Connie Johnson, who had it, just bounced off his shoulder pad and fell incomplete.
And again, Shepard Smith, the outstanding corner for Brentwood, right there in coverage.
Now that stops the clock with 1:29 left in the half.
Got to be careful here. Keep throwing the ball and they're incomplete.
Don't want to give it back
Brentwood's
to the Bruins again. That's right. 5 wide, 3 left, 2 right, empty backfield in the gun. Turner against the blitz. They try to set up a screen. Caught at the 25, 30, 35, 40. Nice move to the 45, still spinning to midfield, and a big first down for the Cougars of Centennial on the reception. And that was number 2 again. That's Vaughn. He's had a big first half.
He sure has. Great call by Coach Stewart there, anticipating the pressure from Brentwood. They run the tunnel screen. Big play for Centennial.
Pass to the near sideline. Did he get the feet down at the 33? I believe he did. They're going to say yes. Actually at the 36-yard line, getting the feet down for the reception. Was that Vaughn again? I believe it was. My goodness.
It was.
He's had a nice first half.
Again, Joe, they're working the short side here. The ball going left to right, but the ball's on the right hash there, and nice job by Riley Turner.
So quickly down with 1:02 left in the half. Ball down to the Brentwood 36-yard line. 4-man rush. Turner over the middle. Caught! Johnson still on his feet. Inside the 15, close to the 10. First down, Cougars.
Johnson's in the slot to the wide field there, and Riley Turner steps up, hits him on a seam route. Excellent run after catch.
Boy, how about this drive by the Cougars? Trying to get some points on the board before halftime. And a whistle's going to stop play as the snap was executed. And Brentwood says, oh, I think we need to talk about this. They're going to take a timeout.
Oh, Riley Turner doing a very nice job distributing the football to his receivers. And some big plays after the catch here for Centennial.
Well, I look down on the field, and Owen Duck, who's one of the tight ends for Centennial, was helped off the field, walking rather gingerly. He's over here on the trainer's table on the sideline. Hopefully nothing too serious, but he was walking with some assistance to come off the field.
Well, great situation here, plenty of time.
Yep.
45 seconds, ball's on the 11, just outside, about the 10 and a half.
Brentwood, after the timeout, sends the defense back out. Back-to-back touchdowns for the Bruins. Broke a scoreless deadlock. 14-0, but the Cougars threatening here. 2 wide to each side. Turner looking right all the way. Rush is coming. He's sacked. He's sacked back at the 23-yard line. He thought better of turning loose of the football, and Mason Ray, the linebacker, got him. Clock continues to run. 30 seconds left. And now timeout again taken by Brentwood. Turner was in the motion, Coach, to let that ball go, and I don't know if it was the rush coming or just thought better of it. He just tucked it and took the sack.
I thought that was a good decision by him because I don't think he could have stepped into the throw and the ball might have gotten tipped. It could have been a potential turnover. So you don't want to take the lost yardage play, but you sure don't want the turnover. So,
well, talking about quarterbacks, the big story in town today, Jared Curtis, the outstanding quarterback at Nashville Christian, announcing that he was reopening his recruitment, decommitting from the University of Georgia. He had committed to them back in the spring, and up until this week had been very solid and said, that's Georgia, that's it. And now all of a sudden, it's changed.
We did their game a few weeks ago, and it was it was a pretty solid commitment from what we heard out there.
After the timeout, Turner being rushed again, chased all the way back to the 40. Now he turns and just throws that ball away. Johnson was in the area at the 25. Brentwood, Coach, how much of it is a focus if you've got a left-handed quarterback of trying to flush him and make him run to his right instead of to his left?
That's the plan. Well, if he's left-handed, force him right, so he has to turn his shoulders. If he's right-handed, force him left. And Brentwood's doing an excellent job tonight, whether it's Will Turner or Mason Ray, the 2 outside linebackers from Brentwood have gotten great pressure on Riley Turner.
Third down, ball at the 21-yard line. Turner fires near side. Johnson with the catch and steps out of bounds at about the 12. It'll bring up 4th down now from the 12-yard line.
Nice job by Connie Johnson getting his feet down right on the sideline on that reception.
And that'll give Wells Stanley the opportunity. He's got more than enough leg for this. This is a 29-yard attempt from the right hash mark, from the near hash going left to right. Stanley tried one earlier from 49, came up a couple of yards short. This one much more manageable. Turner, the holder, high snap, got it down. Kick is on its way, and the kick is good. So a nice job by the Cougars, Coach, in the last minute and a half to march that ball downfield and get points on the board.
Talon Vaughn had 2 big receptions there and run after catches along with Connie Johnson. So, and a good job by Riley Turner throwing the ball away and not taking the sack. So now Centennial gets on the board right with 9 seconds to go before the half.
I see Patton standing down there. You want to try it one more time, Patton, or you want to see what we got? Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay, we're having that mic's just not cooperating tonight. But I would imagine Patton's on this near sideline with Centennial. I think the mood has probably elevated a little bit on this sideline to finally get something cashed in and get on the board.
No doubt. No doubt. It's always good to score points. And remember, Brentwood won the toss and they defer, so Brentwood gets the ball to start the second half.
14-3. Brentwood in front, 9 seconds left before halftime. Brentwood on the season 6-1, 3-0 in 6A Region 6. Centennial 5-2, 2-1 in Class 5A Region 6. Kickoff is going to be fielded at about the 8, right up the middle, 10, 15, 20, bouncing to the 25. Merrill is finally collared at about the 26-yard line with 4 seconds left, and you never know for sure, but you'd think maybe you just come in here, take a knee, and go to the locker room.
I would think, being backed up in your own territory at the 25-yard line, take a knee, get to the locker room, let's make our adjustments because we get the ball to start the second half.
And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. They line up under center, take the snap, and take the knee, and they'll head to the locker room. And that'll wrap up the first half of play here as the Bruins on senior night. Brentwood High School leads Centennial by a score of 14-3. Back with more in a moment on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call now for your free info kit, 800-328-9696. That's 800-328-9696.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
With more than 18,000 apartments, you know Freeman Webb apartment communities must be managed with expertise. Professionals who care about the quality of your residence, upkeep, cleanliness, and safety. Freeman Webb is affiliated with the most dynamic realtors in Nashville and the surrounding areas. Whether your needs are commercial or residential, their highly trained realtors will assist you in attaining all of your real estate goals. Since 1979, when founded by Bill Freeman and Jimmy Webb, and now led by Bob Freeman, visit freemanwebb.com to find out so much more.
Hey, the next time you need urgent care, instead of sitting in a dreaded waiting room, call Medical House Calls to give you the care you need in the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. Medical House Calls treats everything an urgent care can and provides a variety of preventative health care services, including IV therapy, NAD, and a cutting-edge weight loss program that is proven to work. Medical House Calls delivers the highest quality care for children, adults, and seniors. Scheduling appointments is super easy. Go to medicalhousecalls.com, medicalhousecalls.com, and click on Schedule an Appointment. It's that easy. Medical House Calls. The nearest clinic is where you are.
Welcome back to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here again, Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
Halftime from James C. Parker Stadium, Brentwood, Tennessee. The Bruins of Brentwood on their senior night, leading Centennial by a score of 14-3. A couple of nice scoring drives for the Bruins in the second quarter, Coach, after a scoreless first. A touchdown pass of about 32 yards to get on the board to make it 7-0, and then taking advantage of the short field. Credit their defense.
Yes.
Making a stop, backing it up, had the short field started at their own 35, drove down, scored to make it 14-0. But credit Centennial, a nice 90-second drive there at the end to get at least some points on the board.
Exactly. First quarter 0-0 at the end of the quarter, but then J.C. White comes in at quarterback for Brentwood, gets some momentum going, and they move it. And then receiver wide open. It looks like there was a bust in the coverage area. The corner may have fallen down, but White finds the receiver for the touchdown. Then with the short field, and I believe someone got in and tipped the punt for Brentwood because it was, and so it gave them the short field. Then they line up in the Wildcat, and their big tight end Landon Oakley just runs it in, and it's 14-0. But you have to give credit to Centennial.
How much of this, too, for Brentwood? Because we know coming in, they run a two-quarterback system. Both those guys, Kinder and White, they went to White later on and stuck with him. How much of it as a coach is just saying, okay, maybe this guy's got the hot hand tonight. Maybe this guy's a little better fit. I mean, but it seems like that was the decision in the second quarter.
Well, there's no doubt that's exactly what you're looking for. And it's planned during the week. I'm going to give you 2 series as a starter. I'm going to give you 2 series, and then whoever has, like you said, the hot hand, we're going to go with you. You're moving the football team and doing some things. Now, Aiden Wright, the defensive end for Centennial, he's been very disruptive tonight. But all of a sudden, Brentwood changed their blocking scheme, and they put a back and an uncovered lineman to double him. And it has given the quarterbacks for Brentwood a little bit more time to throw the football. The one thing that Centennial has struggled with is third down pass protection. First we saw Micatrato get pressure, and then we see the 2 outside linebackers who can really rush off the edge, get big tackles for losses and sacks. So I think Centennial, if they can shore up the protection and turn it one way or the other. Now, with a left-handed quarterback, you want to turn the protection to his right because that's his blind side.
Right.
So now if someone's coming off the edge to his left, he can throw hot. He doesn't have to take the sack. So I think you'll see that adjustment made by the Centennial.
That was interesting is both these teams started out the game with a quick pass to the sideline.
Side.
It was just all the time.
Boom, boom.
And as we've gone on, it's kind of settled in a little bit. But
well, on the last drive, though, that was a nice job by Centennial. They threw the ball into the short side, and they anticipated the blitz, and they got the tunnel screen. And the receiver does a great job of getting upfield and getting extra yardage.
So halftime here at Brentwood. Brentwood leads Centennial by a score 14-3. We'll take a break. We'll head to the studio. Will Brown will give you an update on what's going on in high school football in the Midstate. More in a moment on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, this is Greg Pugh. While Nashville might be changing and shifting around us, the inner soul and vibe of the city remains vibrant and very much alive. Take an iconic location like Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. It's the place around the corner with the finest prime meats and amazing meals served by wonderful people and anything else you might need without going to the big box store. Roy's Meat Service is a preferred caterer of the Nashville Cats. Give them a call at 615-227-2583 or visit roymeatservice.com.
Hey Nashville, start your day the right way with Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel. Bongo Java is Nashville's oldest local coffee company. Get your day started with a freshly baked muffin and wash it down with a hot cup of dark roast or hair of the dog blend. With free Wi-Fi, you can get some work done while enjoying a toasted breakfast sandwich. Beat the traffic, treat yourself at Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown Music City.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Tennessee at highschoolofficials.com.
The Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week will continue shortly. Now, here's your scoreboard update from the Strike and Spare studio.
We are at the halfway point here. WNSR Midstate Checkdown Game of the Week halftime show brought to you by Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Calls, Tim Leeper Roofing, Omni Nashville Hotel, and Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers. It is 2 quarters in the book. Brentwood, Centennial. Brentwood with an 11-point lead, 14-3 over the Cougars of Centennial. And when you really look back at the second half, well, first 2 quarters, penalties and sacks have really hurt Centennial in the first half. A touchdown pass and a touchdown run by Brentwood gave them their 2-touchdown advantage. But Centennial later on in the second quarter was able to put a really good drive together, but only able to put 3 points on the board. And how, when you look at both of these schools, before I get into some scores around the Midstate, these are 2 programs that have not given up a lot of points in a month. I'll go through Brentwood. They beat Henry County 7-6, then defeated Summit 31-0, got a big win over Nashville Overton 42-6, and then defeated Franklin 17-9. All right, we're going to go over to Centennial. Well, they beat James Lawson 44-0. Eked out a tough win, 7-3 versus Springfield. Lost to Nolensville 10-6. and beat a very struggling and underachieving Glencliff School 64-0. And when you look at this game, I mean, only 17 points to show for it. So I think we're getting what we expected, a tough defensive football game. And I think you got to get the points wherever you can. And speaking of getting points wherever they can, my TV 30 game of the week, 11 in Mount Juliet. That game is now 11-14. Mount Juliet 14. So Mount Juliet scored, tied the game. Creekwood 7, Station Camp 0 1/2. Maplewood, Stratford. Maplewood with a 7-point lead, 7-0 over Stratford. That game in the second quarter. Shelbyville 21, Lawrence County with a touchdown on the board. That game 2 quarters in the book. Independence, a team that's really struggling, only with 1 win so far. They have a 27-point lead over Fairview. That game is halfway done. Huntington 44, Gibson County has not scored. Nolensville 21, Lawson 7. Dyersburg 14, Scotts Hill 0. Jackson Christian 35, Lake County has not scored. Springfield 21, Hunters Lane 0. Bolton and Millington in a tough ball game right now. Bolton with a 2-point lead, 9-7. And Baylor playing St. Pius X out of Missouri. And it's all Baylor, 21-0. Grace Christian out of Knoxville. Early stages, fourth quarter, defeating Knoxville Webb 21-13. And a tough one here. JP2 21, Rockville 20. McCauley all over Father Ryan at halftime, 41-0. We'll try to get you a few more scores around the Midstate. But I mean, a lot of Collierville 45, Cordova 0. I mean, Hal, when you look at this game here tonight, it's been pretty interesting.
It has. And I mean, I know Joe mentioned it too. This is the first game we've had this season where there have been no scores at the end of the first quarter. And, you know, with the records of each of these teams right now, I think we're looking at a pretty darn good game tonight, hopefully. And hope maybe it'll be the first one we don't have running clock coming in or getting out of the game tonight, and that'll be nice.
Yeah, don't speak so soon. Westmoreland 14-6 over Smith County. That one halfway through. Westmoreland looking to potentially lock up the region here tonight, so we can get the voice of Westmoreland. When Jeff Combs come on towards the end of the game, I know he'll be ready to talk about that game. The Upperman Bees, a 4A school right now with a 21-6 lead over White House. That game is at halftime. Beach 21, Siegel 7. Siegel will get the kickoff to start the second quarter. In a Union High throwback game, Gallatin with the lead, 27-0. And if you ever have heard of Union High School in Gallatin, Tennessee, it was Gallatin's only all-black high school. Was desegregated in 1970, and then that was when you started to see all of the other schools in the Sumner County area come about. Try to get you a couple more scores. Hendersonville and Portland tied at 14. So that's our scoreboard at halftime. Just to let you know, our halftime segment is brought to you by Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Calls, Tim Leeper Roofing, Omni Nashville Hotel, and Strike and Spare Family Fun Center. We'll take it back to the guys. Our score at the break, Brentwood 14, Centennial 3. Second half on the other side. This is the WNSR Midstate Checkdown Game of the Week.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to come hang out every Saturday morning for 2 hours of shows from the iconic Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. First at 8 o'clock, 13th season of Prep Football Talk presented by Freeman Webb with co-host Coach Bubba Spears. Then following that at 9 from Roy's, it's the return of One-on-One with Greg Pogue, also presented by Freeman Webb. That's Saturday morning at 8 with Prep Football Talk. And then One-on-One with Greg Pogue at 9, all presented by Freeman Webb from Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call now for your free info kit, 800-328-9696. That's 800-328-9696.
Welcome back to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Now back to the field for second half kickoff. Joe Fisher with play-by-play and Coach Pete Cordelli with color analysis. Now down to the field, and here is Joe Fisher.
Just about set for the second half. Brentwood leads Centennial by a score of 14-3. Brentwood with back-to-back touchdowns in the second quarter, and then a nice drive in the last 90 seconds of the first half by Centennial to get on the board and cut it down to 14-3. Boy, so much coming up. Coach, before we get back to this game, we were just talking here during the break, and as everybody is, this weekend is so big in college football. In Knoxville, Alabama, and Tennessee, that's always, you know, the third Saturday in October. It's always a blast. And then even though it, with the new schedule, doesn't always fall on the third Saturday anymore, but nonetheless.
Tell you what, some cigar makers making a lot of money this weekend.
Yes, I would think so. And then in Austin,
yes,
Georgia and Texas, and really for Texas, I know they had A&M, but I mean, this is really kind of their first big SEC showdown.
But Sark and Kirby work, you know, for Nick, for Coach Saban, and they know exactly what to expect. It's just this game comes down to players.
Yeah.
There's somebody we're not talking about now, and you've done so many games. All of a sudden, this guy steps up in the big game, and he just embraces the spotlight. And so tomorrow, you know, Ewers is back. He didn't play particularly well this start, knocked the rust off a little bit. Carson Beck, up and down right now. Mikael Williams is still injured. I don't know how good Georgia's going to be on defense. And they lost a senior linebacker last weekend. So Georgia, but they know what they're playing for. And as coaches like to say, this is why you come to Georgia. This is why you come to Texas to play in these games.
I heard that all this week, as a matter of fact.
And so, but tomorrow, it's about players and putting them in the right position. And, you know, Sarkisian playing at home, I think that's a big advantage. If Georgia gets behind like they did in the first half against Alabama, I don't know if they have the firepower to come back.
I'd be shocked. Yeah, I agree with you.
Carson Beck isn't surrounded with the supporting cast that he's had the last 2 years. I mean, Bowers and some of those other guys, McConkey and all those other guys. But, hey, it's why you play the game.
Look at
all this speculation, it's going to be fun to watch.
And the one going on in Neyland Stadium, it's Alabama and Tennessee. Somebody is going to pick up a second loss.
And I think it's an elimination game, to be quite honest.
I mean, depending on other things, it very well could be.
Because of other teams that are playing well. Who expected Army and Navy to be both undefeated at this point in the season? And both of them play Notre Dame in the future. Navy plays them next week, and then Army plays them down the road. This is the most exciting college football season so far that I can remember in a long time. Because everybody's jockeying for position. And Joe, I'll say this. 5 years I coached at Notre Dame. We weren't in a conference. So we didn't have to win a division to get to a conference championship game. Every game was to get to the playoffs.
To get to it, yep.
And so now every team in the country they're experiencing what Notre Dame's gone through for years.
That's right.
Because, and at Notre Dame, we learned if you're going to lose early.
Yes, absolutely right. Yeah.
Lose early. Don't lose late in the year. And so,
which is kind of what they're hoping comes true again for them.
Exactly. And look, unexpected loss to Northern Illinois, but, tomorrow they're in Atlanta to play Georgia Tech. The schedule's favorable. So it's going to be a heck of a November. People remember what you do in November. Rocktober is rocking on, baby.
And, of course, right down the street, not too far from us, Vanderbilt will play Ball State.
Yes.
And, this is one of those, and you've been around these 1,000 times. Looming in the distance for them a week from now is Texas coming to town. You got to get past this one first, and all you got to do if you're a Vanderbilt person, go back to Georgia State.
Yes.
And realize it's in your immediate history you had a problem one other time.
The only thing you can take care of is this game at hand tomorrow. You can't look down the road, because if you stub your toe tomorrow, next week
doesn't matter as much, does it? Yeah. So it's going to be a very entertaining weekend in college football.
I tell you what, the stakes are so high right now in college football. I mean, this is a fun season, and every week it gets bigger. But like you said, Joe, there are some huge games tomorrow. LSU at Arkansas is a big
I was
one.
going to say that's another big one as well. There's several that fall into that kind of category. I mean, you've got Kentucky, Florida.
Yes.
Which is, for both of those teams, those are fan bases that are not happy right now.
No, neither one. And if Kentucky wins, obviously the heat goes up on Billy Napier. Fans are really disappointed that Billy didn't get the field goal kicked last week. I mean, can you remember a year where there have been so many poor decisions being made by coaches and players in the last 2 minutes or 4 minutes of a game? So,
well, let's talk about one other coach before we get back to high school and get ready for Centennnial and Brentwood. They're both on the field now. They're in that 3-minute extra phase that you get after halftime to come out and warm up and get loose. Tony Bennett surprised a lot of people today.
Wow.
The basketball coach at the University of Virginia, longtime, highly respected, big-time winner. He basically said, I'm done.
Yep.
I'm not doing this anymore, and retired. And he was very open about, this is not the kind of basketball I'm built for. And he's talking about NIL. He's talking about transfer portal, all those things. He said, I'm an old-style guy, and that's not what I'm built to do.
Tony Bennett's dad was one of the best
Dick Bennett,
gentlemen and guys in coaching. And so this is a guy that grew up around the game. He understood, and he's old school. When Mike Krzyzewski decided to retire, Nick Saban decided to retire, the message was the same. Things are changing. And it's not what we know it to be. I applaud Coach Bennett because at first the speculation was it must be a health issue.
Right.
It had nothing to do with it. And I love his transparency and how honest he was about the issues today. I don't want to deal with them anymore. We're seeing it in college football right now.
You're going to see it more, I think.
Where after games, this has happened at 3 different places that I've heard about. After a game on Saturday where one player, whether it be a kicker, a receiver, a quarterback, has won the game, on Monday their agent was in the office wanting more money from NIL. It's caused a lot of divisiveness in the locker room because one group you never fool the players.
That's right.
They know exactly who's getting what.
That's
and who
right.
they can count on and who they can't count on. And it is it's a troublesome time right now. And, it's a shame that the NCAA under Mark Emmert had 18 months to get some rules in place. I'm not saying to be, the full 10 rules that we got to follow.
Right.
But at least general guidelines. Nothing was done.
Right.
Charlie Baker's trying to get it done now for the NCAA. But the NCAA doesn't have any power anymore.
Yeah, that's right. No, they don't at all.
And I think the meeting here in Nashville last week with the SEC and the Big Ten
Yeah.
That's a precursor of what's getting ready to happen.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's true.
You know, they said, well, we're going to talk about scheduling. We already got the ACC Big Ten Challenge in basketball. Now they're trying to get something done in football. And I think part of it's due with the SEC will go to 9 conference games.
Yeah.
Because TV is going to pay more for it.
No doubt about it.
And we're seeing great games. But the ultimate goal of the Big Ten and the SEC is to have guaranteed spots in the 14-team playoff.
That's exactly right.
And I think that's going to end up in court because these other conferences are going, whoa.
It's an antitrust kind of thing.
This isn't the old bowl, the bowl affiliations, you know, that the SEC has 11 bowl tie-ups and the Big Ten has. No, you earn your way in. That was the premise of this playoff thing, and it's getting out of hand.
I thought it was interesting too, and then we'll get ready for the game here. But with Tony Bennett, I heard a lot of people complaining. Well, why did he wait till now? Why did he wait till now to retire? It's just not fair. Well, if you've been around coaches, Bobby Johnson did it at Vanderbilt. You retire now, so the only choice they have is to give the assistants the opportunity to take over the program.
The other thing that, again, this is speculation, but I've heard a player did come in and want more money, and he said, I'm done.
I'm done, yep.
It was the final straw. And you know what? I applaud him.
I get it.
Thank you for your contribution. Hey, the only national championship Virginia's had in
That's
basketball.
Right. That's right.
But I'm going to tell you, Bennett comes from a coaching family, and good luck to Coach Bennett.
Well, Brentwood's going to receive the kickoff to open this third quarter. They will be moving from right to left as you listen. Merrill is back deep to receive the kickoff. He had a 67-yard return earlier this season against Franklin. Brentwood leading 14-3. Centennial's kicker Fisher puts the ball in the air, and that's actually kicked and fielded at the 5, trying to come to the 10, to the 15, a little seam, and then stumbling at the 20, still on his feet, and finally dragged down from behind at the 29-yard line. Merrill sort of stumbled at the 20, but kept his balance and was able to take it out to the 29-yard line after the kick. That was Stanley with the kickoff for Centennial, and so now let's see what Brentwood can do. And the first thing to see is who's going to come out at quarterback. It was Cannon Kinder to start the game. J.C. White sort of took over in the second quarter, led the 2 scoring drives. And as we look down the field,
I believe it's White.
It is. It's going to be White that's going to come back out. So he will get the start here in the shotgun to open quarter number 3. He brings Merrill in motion behind the formation. He's going to swing a pass, a lateral pass to Merrill, caught at the 35, gets the corner to the 40, dragged out of bounds at the 42-yard line, or excuse me, the 32-yard line, as he was dragged out there after the game.
Good blocking on the perimeter by the Brentwood receivers that time. Gain of 4.
Bonds with the tackle out there, gain of 4. That's another play that we've seen a lot in the high school games. We've seen that sort of swing pass. It's actually a lateral. It's not a forward pass.
It's a sweep.
That's right.
They just throw it overhand and behind rather than underhand and toss.
Merrill comes in motion. Now he's going to set up and now reverse his motion to the left side. Handoff, tailback will try the middle. That's Nelson across the 35. Still pushing the pile to the 40-yard line. That should be enough for a Brentwood first down. The last 3 or 4 yards were just a pile of humanity just pushing it forward, and it paid off for the Bruins.
Gavin Nelson, he starts into the right side of the line between the right guard and the right tackle. There's nothing there, and then he bounces it outside. Yards after contact have been huge tonight for Gavin Nelson, the running back for Brentwood.
First down for the Bruins from the 40-yard line. 14-3, Brentwood leads, 10:30 to go third quarter. Bruins trying to get win number 7 on the season. White out of the shotgun, rolling left, keeping it all the way. Turns upfield. Boy, he got hammered at the 43. He just lowered his shoulder, got hit by Aiden Wright with the tackle there after the gain of 3, but he did not slow down, Coach. He just put his foot in the ground and tried to deliver the blow instead of taking it.
I want to tell you what, though, Gavin Johnson for Centennial came flying up, and that was a heck of a collision between White and Johnson.
Gain of 4 on the play officially. Second down and 6 from the Bruins' 44-yard line. 2 receivers split outside the numbers on this short side of the field to the left. White in the shotgun. Low snap. Hands off to Nelson. Tries to bounce right. Not much, maybe a yard. There's Wright again.
Yes.
Along with Bonds to make the tackle. Actually, that was a nice job by White just to get that snap and the handoff executed.
The snap came back at White's ankles right there, and almost a turnover, but excellent pursuit by the Centennial defense.
3rd down and 4. Ball just inside the near hash mark at the 46-yard line. 2 wide right this time.
Brentwood's in 12 personnel again, Joe. They're 2 tight ends in the game, one running back.
And all of Centennial's defenders within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. White on a quarterback draw gets the 1st down. He'll take it forward into Centennial territory to the 47-yard line.
Well, that time they put Gavin Nelson, the running back, in motion to the wide field to try to get the linebackers to move a little bit, but that was a designed quarterback run all the way. 1st down, Brentwood.
That's an element, Coach, that it looks like White has brought into this game a little more than they asked Kinder to do earlier.
Exactly. And now when your quarterback run game is going, you have to play 11 on 11. What I mean by that is the defense has to account for the quarterback running the football.
1st down from the Centennial 47. Nelson with a little side step made the first man miss, but could not elude the rest of the pursuit. He'll get a couple of yards on the play, but leading the charge defensively was Gavin Johnson, the strong safety. Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Boy, Elijah Hawkins came on the blitz that time. I thought he was going to get a tackle for loss there. But good job by the Centennial defense there to hold that to a 2-yard gain.
2nd down and 8. Oakland goes in motion left to right. White's going to roll to his right. Now he's going to tuck it and try to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's not going to make it. Maybe close to the line of scrimmage on 2nd effort, but good coverage right in there again to make the tackle for Centennial. He's just everywhere.
I'll tell you what, that play was blown up by Tefteler as he came up from the outside and forced that ball back inside. The linebacker setting an edge, allowing the pursuit to get there for a 1-yard gain.
3rd down and 9. 7:10 to go 3rd quarter. Ball spotted at the Centennial 46-yard line. White in the gun. Rush is coming. Rolling toward the far sideline. Tucks it. He's still on his feet. Still going. And finally slammed down at the 30-yard line. He tight-roped the far sideline, Coach. Got it down all the way to the 30, and a big 1st down for the Bruins.
Caden Kahn, the outside linebacker for Centennial, looked like he was going to get a tackle for loss there, but he ran under the quarterback, and White just took off around the corner there. Excellent burst of speed. Get the 1st down.
White's done a nice job. Yep, done a nice job moving this offense since entering the game in the 2nd quarter.
It's what we talked about earlier, Joe. You go with the hot hand right now, and White's got the hot hand.
Certainly does. He's in the gun on 1st down. Hands off Nelson. Big hole over the left side inside the 25, hammered down to about the 21-yard line. Tefteller there to make the stop.
McCammon and Arena. McCammon's the left guard. Arena's the left tackle. They do a nice job of getting on those defensive linemen and creating a seam there for the running back. Big run on 1st down, gain of 8.
2nd down and 2, clock running. This is the opening drive of this 3rd quarter, and the 3rd quarter is over halfway over now. 5:40 left, play action fake. They try to set up a screen, it's blown up. Oh, that's tremendous defense. That's Bonds defensively for Centennial, who was not fooled at all and made the tackle for the loss all the way back to the 25.
Bonds is a special player now. I mean, he reads, reacts, and he gets there in a hurry. Excellent play by the cornerback there for Centennial, Mr. Bonds.
I think we've got 3 drones hovering over the field. I see at least 2. I think it's 3, actually. We're getting all kinds of views. 3rd down and 6. Handoff, Nelson left side, going to have a little room, slung down at the 20. It's going to depend on the spot. The open field tackle stopped it, and I believe they're going to mark him Short. Just a little bit short. 4th and inches, and Brentwood lining up to go for it. Ball just shy of the 20. Running up under center, quarterback sneak, and then a whistle, and I believe maybe, Coach, the quarterback wasn't set long enough up under the center.
Exactly right, Joe. They lined up in the shotgun, and they tried to quick count them there, but there was movement all across the offensive line. You have to be set for 1 count, and it didn't look like the center or both guards were set at all.
That's a big penalty now. Marches it back to the 25. So instead of 4th and less than a yard, it's 4th and 6. Now, field goal from here would be about 42 or 43 yards. Brentwood does not look to be in a particularly big hurry. Play clock is at 12. I think they're going to let it count all the way down and then take a timeout. There's the timeout. They didn't even let it count all the way down. We'll take it as well. 4:27 left. Come back for this 4th down. It's 14-3 Brentwood on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Hey, Nashville, Bill King with the Bill King Show. Weekday morning, 6 to 9. You're listening to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Now back to Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
Both Brentwood and Centennial made significant playoff runs last year. Brentwood eventually losing to the state champion Houston in the semifinals in Class 6A. Centennial losing to Page, who went on to the championship game in the quarterfinals. They lost that one 14-7. This is a 4th down and 6. Ball is at the Centennial 25-yard line. White in the shotgun. This is a tight formation. They do a little reverse. Handoff running left, has a seam down the sideline and out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Little reverse action, and the handoff to number 34, Parker Emerson, the sophomore, his first touch of the night, and it's a big 4th down conversion.
How about the misdirection there? Brentwood pulls the left guard, left tackle going to right to the field, and the defense slides that way, and then they hand it back to Parker Emerson, who does a nice job getting upfield. Excellent call by Coach Finch.
All the way down to the 12-yard line. 1st down for the Bruins. White hands Nelson, bounces it over the right tackle spot and gets it inside the 10 to about the 6. He's got good vision, Coach. He just makes little subtle moves, doesn't he?
Sure does. He's averaging 4.8 yards per carry, but again, like you said, Joe, he sees something, he slides right, puts that foot in the ground and gets upfield.
Oh. Snap is dropped. It's loose. That ball is still loose at the 10-yard line. Centennial says they have it, but I believe Brentwood got it back. And it was, I believe White, the quarterback, was able to get in there somehow and save it. Was that miscommunication between he and Nelson?
No, it looked like that when Nelson went to take the ball, he reached his hands out and knocked the ball out of the quarterback's hand. Rather than making a pocket, he reached for it, and he can't do that. I mean, trust your quarterback to put the ball in against your belly.
I think that's what White tapped him on the helmet as they came back and said, well, don't do that again. We'll be okay. Empty backfield, swing pass out to Nelson, dropped the football, incomplete. He saw 2 Centennial defenders waiting for him at the 10-yard line. That was led by Elijah Hawkins defensively, and he did not make the catch.
And the pass was a little low, but still catchable there. But nice job by Centennial.
So 4th down forces the field goal opportunity here for Keenan Fisher. He's 1 for 1 in field goals this season. That was a 32-yarder. This one is a little closer than that. This one is about 27 yards from right in the middle of the field. And a whistle will stop play just as the snap was coming. It's 4th down and 7, so even if the penalty is a 5-yarder against Centennial, it would not be a 1st down. It is a dead ball offsides against Centennial. Now, 4th and 2. Does that change the decision?
No.
I don't know. It looks to me like they're sending the offense back out. Leading 14-3. And I see Okla, the big man, the tight end.
He's back into the
He's back into the backfield.
The power set.
So 4th and 2 from the 5. They snap it to Okla. He bounces it to the right. He's hit the 5. I don't think he got there.
Nope.
He did not make it. Tremendous pursuit by the Cougars, and they get the ball back on downs.
Great job by the Centennial defense of getting downhill, forcing Okla to keep bouncing it right, and he does not get the first down. What a stop that is, and a great momentum changer for the Cougars.
Bonds was there again with contacts for the Cougars. What a stop. Well, they just loaded up, leading 14-3, and said, we're just going to get it to our big guy and let him go. And the Cougars defense was up to the challenge.
I'm going to tell you what, Isaac Bonds is a special player.
Yes, he is.
This guy is all over the field.
But now the Cougars backed up in the shadow of their own end zone, starting first down from the 5. And they get the ball back out basically to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. It'll be second down on the quick swing pass out to number 4. That's Ethan Cleary. Cleary had, I think, 3 catches in the first half.
I think that ball got knocked loose.
Yep.
And so incomplete pass.
Yeah,
here. Second and 10.
Second down, that's what they're going to rule. So it's back to the 3-yard line, officially the line of scrimmage. 3:12 to go third quarter. Brentwood leading Centennial 14-3. Turner, the quarterback, takes the shotgun snap in the end zone. Being chased, trying to get rid of it. Finds a way out of trouble to the 5-yard line and just slides down at the 6. Oh, I thought they had him dead to rights for a safety in the end zone, and somehow he got out.
Tell you what, he's done that all night.
He's a Houdini a couple times tonight.
I'm telling you, he averted the safety. Nice job of knowing where he was on the field and getting the ball out of the end zone to the 5-yard line.
Actually ended up gaining 2 yards on the play. Third down and 8 for the Cougars from their own 6-yard line. Nice chilly football Friday night in Nashville. Glad you're with us. 2 wide to the right, 3 wide to the right. They throw over the middle. Pass is caught. Johnson, first down across the 25, and body slammed down to the 28, and there's the penalty flag.
Yep. Cannot do that.
And now a little bit of anger. Cooler heads trying to prevail. The defender, and I believe it was number 1 for Brentwood, was it not, Coach?
Yes, it was Will Turner.
That picked him up and kind of did a WWE body slam, and you just can't do that.
No, that's huge. That's another 15 yards added on, but how about that throw from Riley Turner?
Right over the middle. Yep, right over the middle and through traffic and got it there. Boy, out of the shadow of the end zone, the combination of the gain and then the penalty.
Wow.
And marks the ball at the 42-yard line. Well, remember that play if
we sure will.
Centennial comes back. That was a big one.
Nice throw, Turner to Johnson there, and then the 15 yards tacked on to it.
So first down for the Cougars from their 42. Turner swings a quick pass near side, and that's blown up immediately. Boy, that's a really good job defensively to make the tackle for no gain on the play. Vaughn with the catch, and I believe that was number 0 for Brentwood getting in, and there's no number 0 on the roster.
Yeah, we've had some additions here.
Yes. Maybe it was.
Might have been 16, Coleman Childs.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell.
It's hard to tell these numbers.
When they bunch them up like that, some of them are a little hard to read.
Yeah,
but nonetheless, we'll go with that. Second down and 10. Out of the shotgun. Rush coming. Turner eludes it again. Fires, has a man, midfield. Into Brentwood territory and out of bounds. And that's Johnson with the catch. And again, Coach Turner bought time, eluding, and then he stepped up into the pocket and found Johnson on the crossing route.
What great pocket presence by Riley Turner. Avoids the rush Johnson's running a crossing route from the left to the right side. Turner steps up, puts the ball on him. Johnson, first down, keeps the chains moving for Centennial.
Johnson's the guy they tend to look to. He caught the touchdown pass against Springfield to win that game with 26 seconds left. They'll come right back to the near side. Vaughn, did he get a foot down? I believe he did at the 42-yard line. Vaughn has had a very nice night.
Again, we're working the short side. Ball's on the right hash, and the Cougars moving left to right on your radio dial. So Riley Turner puts it on his receiver on the right sideline.
This drive started at the Centennial 3-yard line. They have matriculated the ball down to the 42-yard line of the Bruins. 1:19 left in the third quarter. Turner hands off. They try a jet sweep running right. Pretty well defended. A stop maybe for a gain of about a yard. And that's all. As getting into that one was, I believe, Jeremiah Flores, a junior linebacker, with his first tackle of the night. And it brings up 3rd down and 7.
A lot of bodies into the short side of the field that time.
Yep.
Brentwood defense did a nice job in their pursuit angles of holding that to a 1-yard gain.
3rd and 7. This might be 4-down territory for Centennial, depending on what yardage they gain here. Shotgun formation. Johnson in motion. Turner looking right. Throws to the sideline. I believe Vaughn made the catch out of bounds. Let's see. They're going to say he caught it. And a whistle back where the ball was thrown, and I believe a penalty flag is down.
Yes.
And let's see if this is going to be roughing the passer.
Holding.
Or holding. It's going to be one of the two. They ruled that Vaughn made the catch. I didn't think he got a foot down, but I don't think it's going to matter anyway. Let's see what the – looks like a hold on Centennial. So they've had several key penalties tonight.
On 3rd down.
Yep, you said that earlier. Yep, sure have.
3rd down has really put Centennial behind the sticks here in a lot of long yardage situations.
So this is a 3rd down and 17 now. The ball marched back into Cougar territory at the 48-yard line. 2 wide left, 1 right. Shotgun for Turner. Low snap again. Turner plants, looking long, sends it down the near sideline, looking for Vaughn. Vaughn laid out and made the catch. Oh, my goodness. He caught it at the 12-yard line. What a catch by Vaughn.
Double move by Vaughn. Drives down the field about 12 yards. Looks like he's going to the outside. The corner stopped, and then he put a burst of speed on. How about that throw by Turner? Great air under the football, and Vaughn lays out for the great catch on 3rd and long.
That's another 40-yard gain. He had a 42-yarder in the first half, did Vaughn. Turner in the red zone on 1st down, looking left. Now they try the crossing route to the middle of the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. Touchdown in the back of the end zone. And that is Bonds with the reception for the Cougars. What a drive. 97-yard drive.
Bonds is the outside receiver on the left, and he runs a post. And Turner waits until he clears the safety and puts the ball right on him. But how about Bonds, knowing he's at the back line of the end zone, catches it, taps both feet. What a throw and catch.
And the extra point is up, and it is good. And the Cougars are right back in this thing with 1 second left in quarter number 3. Brentwood 14, Centennial 10 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
With more than 18,000 apartments, you know Freeman Webb apartment communities must be managed with expertise. Professionals who care about the quality of your residence, upkeep, cleanliness, and safety. Freeman Webb is affiliated with the most dynamic realtors in Nashville and the surrounding areas. Whether your needs are commercial or residential, their highly trained realtors will assist you in attaining all of your real estate goals. Since 1979, when founded by Bill Freeman and Jimmy Webb, and now led by Bob Freeman, visit freemanwebb.com to find out so much more.
Touchdown! Oh, I like it! It's up to you now! It's up to you! I like it!
You're listening to WNSR's Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Pete Cordelli.
An impressive 97-yard scoring drive for the Cougars of Centennial, and they have pulled within 4. Brentwood leading 14-10 now with 1 second left in quarter number 3 as we're ready for the kickoff here by the Cougars. This one is returnable. Fielded at the 4. Moving to the right to the 10, and him to the 12-yard line, and the ball came loose. Centennial says they have the football. Centennial pointing, saying they have the football, awaiting the official response. They're clearing the traffic. The Cougars recover. The Cougars recover at the 12-yard line. Coming out of there from the bottom of the pile was number 26. That is DeMonte McKissick, who came up with the football. What a turn of events to end the third quarter.
You talk about a momentum shift.
Man.
Wow.
Stick around for the fourth. Brentwood 14, Centennial 10 on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, the next time you need urgent care, instead of sitting in a dreaded waiting room, call Medical House Calls to give you the care you need in the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. Medical House Calls treats everything an urgent care can and provides a variety of preventative healthcare services, including IV therapy, NAD, and a cutting-edge weight loss program that is proven to work. Medical House Calls delivers the highest quality care for children, adults, and seniors. Scheduling appointments is super easy. Go to medicalhousecalls.com, medicalhousecalls.com, and click on Schedule an Appointment. It's that easy. Medical House Calls. The nearest clinic is where you are.
Hey, this is Greg Pugh. While Nashville might be changing and shifting around us, the inner soul and vibe of the city remains vibrant and very much alive. Take an iconic location like Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. It's the place around the corner with the finest prime meats and amazing meals served by wonderful people and anything else you might need without going to the big box store. Roy's Meat Service is a preferred caterer of the Nashville Cats. Give them a call at 615-227-2583 or visit roymeatservice.com.
Hey, Nashville. Catch Brad Powers each Friday morning at 8 on The Bill King Show. Now back to the Midstate Checkdown High School football game of the week. Here's Joe Fisher.
Well, on the opening play of the fourth quarter, Centennial goes into a Wildcat formation of its own. They snap the ball to Connie Johnson, who runs left, and he only gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10. 14-10, Brentwood leading Centennial. Quite a turn of events. Joe Fisher along with Pete Cordelli, Patton Cook with us. A stop on defense by Centennial gave them the ball on their own 3-yard line. They put together a 97-yard scoring drive and then recovered a fumble on the kickoff return by Brentwood. And that's where we are now, knocking on the door for the Cougars for a chance to take the lead. Turner looking left, fires caught at the 10. Johnson inside the 5 to the 4. It'll be third down.
Nice job. The outside receiver to the wide field on the right runs a go route. Johnson in the slot runs a quick out, and Riley Turner puts the ball on him in the right flat. Well executed play.
They mark it at the 4. Third down and 3. The Cougars can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Now officials timeout for a brief huddle here. Referee talking to the back judge. And now signaling it's an official timeout, and our referee is going to go over toward the Brentwood sideline. Let's see.
Talking to Coach Finch about something.
Pretty quick conversation, whatever it was.
Yes.
I don't see any other conversation taking place. I think we're ready to go again, or just about ready to go again, whatever it was. I wondered whether or not it was something about whether the band was playing at an inappropriate time or whatever, but nonetheless, we're ready to go. Man in motion right to left. Turner rolling left, being chased, giving ground, and sacked. The ball came loose. The ball is loose at the 16-yard line. Brentwood says they have the football, and they do. The Bruins recover.
Will Turner, the outside linebacker who has been such a big playmaker for this Brentwood defense, comes upfield. Riley Turner tries to sprint away, and Will Turner knocks the ball out of his hands. and recovered by the Bruins.
And recovered by Jack Lopez, the senior. Wow, what a huge play. Turner has gotten away, Coach, with giving a lot of ground tonight. He's been sacked a couple of times, but that time he gave a lot of ground and then gave the football away.
Will Turner did a great job coming upfield at a 45-degree angle, keeping the quarterback inside of him. Great job of setting the edge, but then having the presence of mind to knock the ball out of the quarterback's hands, creating the turnover.
First down, pass is caught, and that ball still on his feet across the 15 to the 20 and out of bounds. I don't know how he caught the ball, number one, and then he broke a couple of tackles, and that was Clayton Merrill with a really nice, strong run at a 7-yard gain.
No doubt about it. Great break that time by the Centennial defensive back. Looked like he was going to intercept it at one point. Wow, what a play.
White still in at quarterback. 10:36 to go in this contest. Brentwood 14, Centennial 10. Bruins just got the huge turnover with Centennial having the ball inside the 10-yard line. Handoff up the middle, not much. They'll push the pile forward to about the 25-yard line, but that's, I think, going to be enough to move the chains for the first down. Just good, strong running up the middle, getting what he could get. That was Nelson. I would think Coach Brentwood's just trying to put a few first downs together here. Just try to
run the clock.
Yep. Leading by 4 and try to slow the momentum down. Both defenses have had momentum-changing plays in this contest tonight.
They sure have. This has been a physical football game on both sides. Wow, both teams getting after each other. This has been impressive.
1st and 10 for the Bruins. Clock inside, 10 minutes left to play. Low snap. Handoff, Nelson running right, stumbles, and then is hammered and dropped at the 25-yard line. Forward progress to the 25, and that's about all. Wright is there once again to make the tackle.
There's that man. What a player Aiden Wright is. You know, when you run sideways, there's always a chance the defense is going to get penetration. That's what happened there. Lost yardage play. Excellent job by Aiden Wright.
Yeah, it's another technically tackle for loss. He lost about a half a yard on the play. Second down, let's call it 11. White in the shotgun. Nelson standing off his right shoulder. White being chased, easing left, still being chased. Now just going to run to the sideline and be thrown down back of the 24-yard line. And that's Hawkins, the weak side linebacker, who's also had a nice game tonight. That's a loss of another yard.
White looking deep down the left sideline, but excellent coverage by Centennial that time, forcing him to run the football, and great pursuit by the linebacker for Centennial there, knocking the quarterback out of bounds.
8:35 left to play. Brentwood 14, Centennial 10. Bruins facing a 3rd and 12 from their own 24-yard line. Empty backfield, out of the shotgun. Quarterback keeper, White. Now he's going to send it down the sideline. Pass is going to be caught and then broken up. It was broken up down at the 40-yard line.
Gavin Johnson does a great job of finding the football, turns to the receiver and knocks the ball out of his hands. Great burst of speed by Johnson to get to the receiver and cause that incompletion.
Interesting play by the quarterback, Coach, because it looked like he was going to tuck it and run, and as he got close to the line of scrimmage, sends it down the sideline.
Well, the receiver had about a 2-yard step on the corner there, so I understand what he saw, but excellent
Well, that punt just barely got away again. Fielded on one hop at the 35-yard line and dropped right there. Maybe a little bit risky on the play to field it by number 4, Ethan Cleary, but by doing so, he probably saved him 10 or 15 yards on more bounces from the football.
That's the one thing as a punt return guy. You never want to let the ball bounce and give up that yardage, because for every 10 yards that the ball bounces, that's one more first down the offense has to make. That's the hidden yardage in it. So, and with the ball bouncing, he couldn't signal fair catch.
Right.
He had to try to field it.
Well, that was another near miss for a block punt that time.
My gosh.
We've had several tonight.
3 of them.
and one that probably was partially blocked.
Yes.
First down for the Cougars from their 35-yard line. And a whistle will stop play. We've had several stoppages just as the snap was executed on plays tonight.
I think the receiver got a little quick count.
A little bit early jump.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that will be procedure on Centennial. Not a tremendous amount of penalties tonight, but there have been significant ones primarily on Centennial tonight.
You know, for a receiver, the rule is go late, go fast. There's no reason to jump the count.
So now 1st and 15 with the ball walked back to the 30-yard line. Brentwood leading 14-10 over Centennial. 8:02 left to play. Turner in the shotgun. Brings a man in motion across the formation, and now a whistle again. And another flag. That might be delay of game. Boy, that'll drive a coaching staff crazy right there.
Yes. Yeah, sure will.
Get a procedure penalty, then back it up with a delay of game penalty. So now 1st and 20. Wow. Back to the 25-yard line.
Moving in the wrong direction right now.
Getting a little chilly up in the booth tonight.
It is. It is. Feels good, though.
A little brisk.
Football weather for sure.
We got the windows open. That's what you have to do. Turner, they try to set up a screen to the far side. Pass caught by Vaughn at the 20, and he's going to be snowed under about the 22-yard line. And there's a penalty flag tossed in at the end of it. And that's going to be, I believe, a face mask on the Bruins.
Getting a little sloppy now on both sides.
Yep. Well, as frustrated as Centennial's coaching staff was a minute ago, I would imagine Brentwood's feels that way right about now because the face mask gives them 15 back.
I believe it's an automatic first down.
I don't think so.
Nope. I'm wrong.
Yeah, the chain gang was about to move him as well, and the referee said, nope, stay put. It's not. It's 1st down and 5. Ball at the 39-yard line. 1st and 6, let's call it.
All right.
Let's do it again.
Yes, sir.
Jet sweep handoff running left. Working it back to the right is Vigil to the 45 to midfield, and a 1st down for the Cougars. That play was intended to go left, and Carlos Vigil, the senior, got to the left side, saw nothing, took it back the other way and moved the chains.
How about the vision of Vigil there to see the cutback to the right and then the burst of speed to get it around the right end for the 1st down. Excellent run.
7:10 left to play. 1st down Cougars from the Bruins 49. Swing pass near side to Johnson. Gets to the 45, reverses to the 44 before finally being tossed down at the 44-yard line. And that was Stockoff with the tackle. And a gain of, let's call it 5 yards on 1st down. Johnson, I was looking at Johnson. I thought maybe he was a little bit injured there, but he got up and kind of stretched a little bit, but he's fine. He's going to trot out to the slot on the right side.
Nice drive right now by Centennial.
Yes, indeed, another one. Clock running, 6:40 left to play. 2nd and 5 for the Cougars. Turner fires right, caught at the 40, hammered immediately and brought down after the gain. It'll be, I believe, a yard shy of the 1st down. Johnson with the catch. And it was number 6. That was Mason Ball with the tackle.
Ball was on the left hash, throwing the ball long way to the right flat that time, but Johnson makes a nice catch. 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. Ball at the 40-yard line. Approaching 6 minutes to play. Cougars had the ball inside the 10 on a previous drive and ended up coming up empty. Play clock is at 3. At 2, they're going to have to take a timeout, and they do.
Yep.
You could hear the crowd down under us. We're on the visiting side, Coach, so the Centennial fans are in front of us, and you could hear them beginning to voice their frustration because they saw the play clock too.
Man, that would have been disastrous. Go from 3rd and 1 to third and 6. That changes everything, especially with the way Brentwood's outside linebackers have been bringing the pressure tonight off the edge. But this is a huge conversion here. I believe we're in 4-down territory.
I think you would think, yeah.
So, nice drive here, though.
Well, that's what they put together several good offensive drives tonight. Some of them stopped by penalties.
Yep. Turnover. I mean,
Yep.
Riley Turner's trying to compete, but you got to protect the football when you're scrambling, and that ball's got to come. He's carrying it below his waist, and that's how it got knocked out. You got to bring that ball in high and tight. You're a running back, you know. That's the way running backs are taught. Index finger over the front tip,
over the
elbow
point,
over
yep.
the back tip, and ball's pressed against the ribs.
3rd and 1. After the timeout, straight give. I don't think he got there.
Nope.
I think he was stopped at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th down. They tried just going right up the middle, and the Bruins' middle of that defense was totally up to the task.
Sure were.
Langford, the linebacker, led the charge. And now, as you said, Coach, 4-down territory. They may have lost a half a yard on that play.
Play of the game right here.
4th down
game.
And 1.5 yards from just outside the Brentwood 40-yard line. Turner in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires, pass is caught at the 41, hit at the 40. It's going to depend on the spot. It's totally going to depend on the spot. They mark him down at the 40-yard line. I don't think he got it, Coach.
Looks short from up here.
And he is short. Tremendous defensive play. They swing the pass out into the flat, and the pursuing linebackers and corners come up, make the stop, and make a sure tackle and stop them short of the 1st down.
That was huge.
Wow.
I thought the receiver was going to be able to fall forward, but the Brentwood defenders did such a good job of knocking the ball carrier back. They come up 1/2 yard short. Tremendous stand by the Brentwood defense.
Well, I tell you, both defenses have had their moments tonight.
They sure
both have made great plays and great stands. None bigger tonight than this one. Quarterback keeper on 1st down, and I think Kinder is back in at quarterback for the Bruins. He'll pick up 3 to the 43-yard line. Kinder started the game, Cannon Kinder, played the 1st quarter. J.C. White came in, led them to a couple of scoring drives, has played since. But now the senior Kinder is back in. 4:30 left to play. 2nd down and 7. Play clock is at 15. Bruins with the ball and a 4-point lead.
I'm surprised. They're probably going to let this play clock run to at least 5 or 4 before they snap it.
It's at 3 right now. At 2, they take the snap. Little pass into the flat is caught and then upended. What a tremendous play. I think it was Bonds that made the tackle for loss after a reception by Clunan, but Bonds is still on the ground.
It's down, yeah.
He submarine Clunan, made the play for a loss back to the 40-yard line, but he has not gotten up.
Wow.
It was a tremendous play, Coach. Great
Sure
closing
was.
speed and dove in and took the legs right out from under the receiver. But he is still lying on his back at the 39-yard line. Tell you what, while he's down, let's take a break as well with 4 minutes left to play. Brentwood 14, Centennial 10 on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey Nashville, start your day the right way with Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel. Bongo Java is Nashville's oldest local coffee company. Get your day started with a freshly baked muffin and wash it down with a hot cup of dark roast or hair of the dog blend. With free Wi-Fi, you can get some work done while enjoying a toasted breakfast sandwich. Beat the traffic, treat yourself at Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown Music City.
You're listening to WNSR's Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Pete Cordelli.
Well, they're still tending to Isaac Bonds on the field. The Centennial defender made an outstanding tackle for loss. They're finally helping him to his feet. They were very careful. Patton Cook down on the sidelines watching all of it, and they were very careful with him, checking the neck area first. He's okay. He's walking off. His helmet is off. Made a tremendous play defensively to bring up a 3rd and 9. He's had quite a good night as well tonight.
He sure has. He's a special player, and good to see him up walking on his own off the field there. That was you're holding your breath there for a minute.
Yep, little tense there for a moment.
Yes.
But, so 3rd and 9 for the Bruins. 4 minutes left. Brentwood 14, Centennial 10. Battle for Williamson County. And it's been a good one. Out of the shotgun. Kinder rolls right, fires pass incomplete. Was looking for Merrill. It was just a bit underthrown. It would have been short of the first down anyway. The Centennial defense holds. They bring up 4th and 9.
Sprint out, ball's on the left hash. Brentwood's going to sprint to the field. The outside receiver runs a go route. Inside receiver speed out, but the ball was thrown short and inside. Good stop by the Centennial defense.
Clary back to receive the punt for the Cougars, standing at his own 25. Keenan Fisher, no relation, back to punt.
Can we see one blocked maybe?
Well, we've got movement on the line. Now who moved first? There was contact, and everybody on the line pointed everybody on the other side.
I believe the right guard jumped for Brentwood.
Yeah, I think they're going to wave in the line judge from the other side as well, and all have a conference on to see if they can come up with consensus on who moved first or who made contact. About half of both lines moved.
There you go.
And they're going to say it was Brentwood. So they'll walk it back to the 36-yard line, make it 4th and 14. 3:50 left to play. Brentwood 14, Centennial 10. We've had several near misses on block punts tonight for both teams. High snap. Fisher went up and got it away. Wow. And got away a good one. Cleary back to the 25. Hesitates, hemmed in, going to be tackled at the 28-yard line. Fisher made a big-time save, Coach. That ball I thought was going over his head.
Yeah, that very high arcing snap back, but Fisher goes up, plucks it out of the air, and then does a great job of getting the ball kicked because it came very close to being blocked again.
That was one of his better punts of the night, as a matter of fact.
All right.
3:38 left to play.
Wow.
Centennial will start first down from its own 28-yard line, trailing 14-10. They have trailed the entire night. Scoreless after one quarter, 14-3 after the half. Turner fires, pass caught. Johnson breaks the tackle to midfield, to the 45, still on his feet inside the 40, to the 36-yard line. Connie Johnson, big, strong receiver, over the middle in a huge game.
RPO, fake to the running back. Johnson in the slot on the right, goes up about 8 and then comes in on the slant. What a throw by Riley Turner and a great catch by Johnson.
And 34 yards on the reception, make it 35. First down Cougars from the Brentwood 37-yard line. 3 minutes even left to play. Out of the gun, Turner, hands off, tailback, a little hesitation move, weaves to the left, then gets slammed just across the line of scrimmage at about the 37-yard line. Mason Ball with the tackle on Jalen Drayton. We haven't called Drayton's name a lot tonight. He is their starting tailback. Give him a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
Clock's running.
Yep, 2:30 left.
All right.
Turner in the gun on 2nd and 9. Takes the snap. Looking right all the way. Now being chased left. Going to run to the sideline and get out of bounds. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Good coverage by the Brentwood secondary that time. And then the pressure from the front four of this Brentwood defense forces Riley Turner scramble out to the left side, gets out of bounds.
Well, he made a quick decision, Coach, so he probably saved some time in that regard because he went ahead and got out of bounds. Vigil checks in now at running back, replacing Drayton. Play clock is at 13. Cougars finally coming to the line of scrimmage. Play clock at 10. 3rd and 10 from the Brentwood 37. Empty backfield. Turner looking right all the way. Fires to the far sideline. Jump ball incomplete. Centennial fans want a penalty. Brentwood fans don't. Brentwood fans are going to win this one. No penalty flag.
There was a little contact right there. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Woo. Looked like a little bit of a shove maybe, but nonetheless.
Yeah, before the ball got there.
Well, on this 4th down and 10, the Cougars are going to take a timeout and discuss it.
We've seen Centennial have success running that slant over the middle and the deep cross. And again, it's come off play action or RPO action to the back, draws up the linebackers. On 4th and 10, you have the entire field to work with. But being a left-handed quarterback, I would think you're going to get something down the middle because those linebackers are coming up to play the run, and there's an open space behind them.
Well, that was the big play that got this drive started.
Exactly.
The play up the middle, they hit Johnson, who's been kind of their big man receiver. Let's see what they look to do here. They're still discussing it. Ball is at the Brentwood 37-yard line. So obviously with 4th and 10, they'll need to get it to the 27 for a first down.
And Brentwood defensively, they're a zone coverage team. They like to play 3 deep, keep the ball in front of them. I don't think you're going to see them in man at all.
4th down, they'll send 3 receivers right for the Cougars. I think Brentwood might want a timeout. They're over. No, there was a lot of movement on the sideline, but they're going to play it out. Rush is coming on 4th and 10. Turner steps up, fires long over the middle, and it is incomplete. He almost came down with it. Johnson in double coverage had the ball on his shoulder pad as he was going to the turf and just could not secure it.
What a throw by Riley Turner. Wow. Johnson had the secondary beat. Turner put the ball on him, but as he hit the ground, the ball came out. Wow.
When he let it go and I scanned down the field, I said, oh, he's throwing it into double coverage. That play has no chance. And it had a great chance.
Johnson split the free safety and the strong safety that were playing back in 2 deep coverage.
So 2:07 left to play. First down for Brentwood from the 37. Kinder is just going to keep it, run left by, kill a little time, and go down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Kinder, the senior, back in for his 2nd consecutive series after starting the game at quarterback. Clock running, 1:50 left. I believe Centennial may have 1 timeout remaining.
I believe so. Man, that was a nice job of pursuing the ball and making the tackle by Kaleo Cowart. Big number 77.
Yep. Play clock at 10 on 2nd and 10. Man in motion left to right behind the formation. Kinder will hand off this time, tailback with 2 arms wrapped around that football. Wow. Just pushes the pile forward. They still go forward to about the 43-yard line. That eats up some more time, and I believe now Centennial has utilized their timeout. Yes. It'll be 3rd down and 4. 1:12 left to play. This is going to be one of those, and we got 1:12 left, so it's certainly not over, but Centennial had its chances.
They did.
You know, they had the ball down and in the red zone, got it down inside the 10. Credit Brentwood's defense, but credit Centennial's defense, too, making some big plays to keep them in this.
Well, on the 4th down stop, that was huge. Yep. Then they go 97. Then they get the turnover on the kickoff. Centennial gets the turnover on the kickoff. But the fumble by the quarterback there on the short field, did that flip the momentum some?
That was really the turning point.
Because you have a chance to take the lead there if you get it down, or get it close enough, kick the field goal, and make it a one-point game. So,
but they had all the momentum at that particular time until that ball was fumbled away. So 1:12 left. Centennial does not have a timeout remaining. Kinder at quarterback, trying to preserve a win on senior night here for the Bruins. He is in the shotgun. Hands off, tailback hit hard. Nelson at the 45-yard line.
He's short.
Yep, he is short. That'll bring up 4th down. Centennial cannot stop the clock. 1 minute left. So Brentwood is going to have to snap the football one more time.
I'm not so sure that Brentwood won't let it go down and take the penalty and just take the 5 yards and run more time off the clock.
Yeah, they don't seem to be in any big hurry to get out of the huddle. Play clock is at 20. They're not even really in a huddle. They're just all kind of standing around together.
The clock will stop, I believe, the play clock will stop with 17 seconds left.
Yeah, play clock is at 5. Game clock is at 24.
So there should be.
So Brentwood's going to use. They're going to use, I think, the timeout instead of the delay of game.
Right.
They did. So they won't give up the 5 yards. Now the interesting thing with this, Coach, it's 4th down and 2.
These punts have been experienced tonight.
Well, if you're Brentwood, do you try to go up and hard count, induce Centennial to jump? 1st down, game over.
No question. Yes. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the call right here.
And if you get a 5-yard penalty for delayed, no real big deal.
Nope.
Be interesting to see. And I'm sure all these coaches, you talked about this going into this game. It's 2 well-coached football teams.
Very well coached. Yep.
They had a lot of success. They're going to have a lot more as this season continues.
It's been a physical football game.
Sure has.
Both teams have really competed well. Been fun to watch. Fun game to call.
And we still got 21 seconds left on the game clock. 4th down and 2. Remember, a 5-yard penalty by Centennial would give Brentwood the 1st down, and that would effectively end the game. Kinder is in the shotgun on 4th and 2.
Watch the ball. Watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Play clock is at 15. Does take the snap. It's a quick kick. Kinder kicks it away. There's nobody back, so the time is going to run. It takes a huge Bruins bounce and is touched at the 2-yard line. It skipped into the end zone. They touched it at the 2, and I believe that's where it's going to be downed. Perfectly executed. Ball hit and raced down inside the 5-yard line.
Great coverage, great call by Brentwood there to get the quick kick.
So now 10 seconds left. Officials conferring just to confirm where it was touched. And was it carried into the end zone? And apparently they're still talking about it. I believe that's what they're going to rule, Coach. I believe they're going to rule that he carried it into the end zone, and thus it's going to be a touchback.
The second man, the first guy went to down it, and the second man came in and kind of scooted the ball into the end zone. And I was kind of thinking that the ball's coming out to the 20. But then when you said they're going to put it on the 2, I was like, wait a minute.
That's where they all walked back to the 2, and then they got together and changed their mind. 10 seconds left. Centennial 80 yards away. And Brentwood's going to call timeout and set the defense. And this is one of those, and we saw it earlier this season, Coach, in a situation where you said, I'd be dropping, I don't know how many guys way, way back.
Back up to the 50.
Yep.
To the 40. To your own 40. Keep the ball in front. Look, the ball's on the 20-yard line. To get to the other 40, that's a 40-yard throw. So when the ball snaps, keep backing up, keep the ball in front of you, and don't let anybody get behind you.
Yep.
But we saw somebody try to play defense, and the ball got completed.
Throw it over the top. That's right.
The other thing that happens is when you try to play defense, if you get there a little quick, there's a pass interference call.
And that's what the Cougars are counting on right now, something like that. Johnson wide left. He's been their big play receiver. They'll send 3 receivers split to the right. From the 20, looking to throw. Turner fires near side. It is intercepted. Intercepted by Brentwood. They'll take it back to the left side of the field. Is he going to try to score? I think he is. He's going to be tackled inside the 5. Then the ball is fumbled into the end zone. They scramble for it in the back of the end zone. It's recovered by the Bruins for a touchdown.
Wow.
There is a penalty flag down inside the 5. I thought when it was intercepted that he would just slide down once time had run out, but he had other things in mind, and that was to get to the end zone. So now the discussion is, what is the penalty flag? Either way, this game is going to be over. It's just a question of what the final score is going to be. Personal foul against Centennial.
Okay.
They are going to rule it, I believe, a touchdown.
Yep. 20-10 will be the final.
That will be
score,
the final.
I believe.
Yes, there will be no extra point attempts. And the two teams have already headed to midfield to shake hands on a hard-fought contest tonight here at James C. Parker Stadium in Brentwood. The final score, Brentwood 20 and Centennial 10. Brentwood improves to 7-1 on the season. The Cougars of Centennial fall to 5-3. Stay with us. Post-game show's coming up on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro, with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to come hang out every Saturday morning for 2 hours of shows from the iconic Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. First at 8 o'clock, 13th season of Prep Football Talk presented by Freeman Webb with co-host Coach Bubba Spears. Then following that at 9 from Roy's, it's the return of One-on-One with Greg Pogue, also presented by Freeman Webb. That's Saturday morning at 8 with Prep Football Talk. And then One-on-One with Greg Pogue at 9, all presented by Freeman Webb from Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call now for your free info kit, 800-328-9696. That's 800-328-9696.
Hey, this is Greg Pogue of The Greg Pogue Show. Now back to the action at the Midstate High School Checkdown Game of the Week with the voice of high school football, Joe Fisher.
Well, I think we kind of got the kind of game we expected tonight here at Brentwood High School. You get these two schools from Williamson County together, and Brentwood holds off Centennial tonight by a final score officially of 20-10. The touchdown on the final play did count. There was no extra point attempt, obviously, since the game was over. But interesting contest tonight. Scoreless after the first quarter. Brentwood scores back-to-back touchdowns. They build a 14-0 lead. And then Centennial does something that they actually did several times tonight. They put together a long drive and got down and scored a field goal right before halftime. Boy, you wondered 14-3 at that point, Coach. Centennial had a little bit of the momentum going into the second half.
Yeah, I mean, 97-yard drive really got things turned around. But give Brentwood credit. J.C. White comes into the game and gets this offense rolling a little bit. And but Centennial responded.
Turn up Pete's mic.
We had a heck of a game. And I'm telling you, Joe, these are two teams that are going to get into the playoffs,
Yep.
and they're going to be a tough out for both teams, both regions.
There was an interesting point in the game. We talked about it. It was a kind of really a turning point in the game because it was a defensive stand,
Yes.
Then a scoring drive, and then a kickoff fumble.
Right.
That Centennial recovered, got the ball in the short field, but fumbled it back. And at that point, that may have been the turning point in the game.
Well, I'm impressed with the two outside linebackers from Brentwood and the pressure that they brought tonight. And just physical.
Yep.
You know, it was fun. It was fun to watch. And I'm kind of anxious to see how these two teams progress as they move forward.
Yeah, Patton was on the sidelines for a lot of the game tonight. It was a very interesting, and we talked about the physical nature of the game. Very well played game, clean game. I mean, Teppers got out of the way maybe one brief time, but for the most part, well played. But senior night for Brentwood, you got that going as well. But this impressive team now. Both these teams are impressive.
Yeah, certainly. Of course, I was on the Centennial sideline for quite a bit, and of course, Coach Stewart coming over from East Nashville built such a great program over there, and he's well on his way making one here. I was very impressed on the sideline. There was some adversity sometimes in that game for Centennial, but always got his offense together and just never could really make that final play for them. But for Brentwood, so impressed, guys, with how physical they were up front. I thought the difference, they were just able to run the football. It didn't feel like Centennial ever really had a true run game going the entirety of the game. That was Brentwood true and true, and you guys know it. If you can run the football in October, November, you got a good shot to do great things.
So Brentwood now 7-1 on the year, 3-0 in Class 6A Region 6. Centennial falls to 5-3 in Class 5A Region 6. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll poll the guys on who we think our player of the game is in this one. There are several good candidates tonight. We'll bring that up in just a moment. Brentwood wins at 20-10 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
With more than 18,000 apartments, you know Freeman Webb apartment communities must be managed with expertise. Professionals who care about the quality of your residence, upkeep, cleanliness, and safety. Freeman Webb is affiliated with the most dynamic realtors in Nashville and the surrounding areas. Whether your needs are commercial or residential, their highly trained realtors will assist you in attaining all of your real estate goals. Since 1979, when founded by Bill Freeman and Jimmy Webb, and now led by Bob Freeman, visit freemanwebb.com to find out so much more.
Hey, the next time you need urgent care, instead of sitting in a dreaded waiting room, call Medical House Calls to give you the care you need in the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. Medical House Calls treats everything an urgent care can and provides a variety of preventative healthcare services, including IV therapy, NAD, and a cutting-edge weight loss program that is proven to work. Medical House Calls delivers the highest quality care for children, adults, and seniors. Scheduling appointments is super easy. Go to medicalhousecalls.com, medicalhousecalls.com, and click on Schedule an Appointment. It's that easy. Medical House Calls. The nearest clinic is where you are.
The Omni Nashville Hotel, located 5th Avenue downtown, and proud sponsor of the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, is Nashville's premier destination for the highest quality accommodations. Start your day with a cup of Bongo Java and the Biscuit Bar at Kitchen Notes. Indulge your taste with the best beef in Music City at Bob's Steak and Chop House. And wrap yourself in luxury at Macara Day Spa before enjoying a nightcap at Bar Lines. And when it comes time to host those holiday partings and gatherings of family, let the Omni Nashville Hotel take all the worry off your plate. Proud sponsor of the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, and located in the heart of Music City, the Omni Nashville Hotel is your only choice. The Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue downtown.
Welcome back to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here again, Joe Fisher and Coach Pete Cordelli.
A successful senior night for Brentwood High School. The Bruins hold off Centennial by a final score of 20-10 here at James C. Parker Stadium. Joe Fisher, Pete Cordelli, and Patton Cook with you here as we're going to wrap things up. Let's player of the game candidates. There are several.
Yes.
Tonight, who would be your strongest choices?
Well, Will Turner and Mason Ray, the two outside linebackers, made huge plays for the Brentwood defense. But the guy I got to go back to is J.C. White.
I would agree.
The quarterback who came in. It was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, and then all of a sudden Brentwood decides to change quarterbacks, and White provided the spark that was needed for this Brentwood offense. And I would have to go with J.C. White. But you're right. There are a lot of guys that played very well tonight.
You know, Pat, we could have had – there were candidates for Centennial.
Yeah.
I mean,
just about every one of their wide receivers were making plays, and of course the Houdini in the under center for them as well.
Yep.
A lot of fantastic play on display tonight, but it's hard not to go away from J.C. White. I thought he changed the football game for Brentwood. Backup quarterback, always the favorite person in town.
Interesting, too, for the decision to put Kinder back in at quarterback the last 2 or 3 series for Brentwood after White had played so well, but they went with the senior back in the lineup for the last couple of series.
On senior night.
Yep.
On senior night. But you know what? Aiden Wright.
Yes.
And Isaac Bonds. I hope Bonds is okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he made a heck of a play.
Looked like he was, which was good.
But those two guys for Centennial, wow, they're forces. We saw a number of very good players out here tonight.
Sure did.
This was a great game.
A lot of talent on this field. It was a good game. A lot of emotion in it. Both these teams, even though it's not a region game. They play in different classifications, but they're neighbors, and so it was very entertaining. Just a great night for football, and still on this senior night, a large chunk of the student body is still out there on the turf. They're enjoying the win. They've got big games. Both these teams have big games coming up in their respective regions, and certainly, you know, when you're looking at what Brentwood has got ahead of them, they've already played Franklin. Ravenwood is the big one. That's the one that will probably decide the region. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. And then you look at Centennial. They've got Nolensville and Page ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of talent in that region too. So going to be some really good games down the stretch of this season. So we're looking forward to all that. Thanks so much for everybody being with us, Coach. Appreciate it as always.
Joe, always a pleasure being with you, buddy.
Sorry the mic didn't work on
Guys,
the sideline.
I had great things to say, I promise. I wasn't playing hooky down there.
We'll write them down, save them for next week. That'll be great. So, Adam Johnson, thanks for all your work here.
By the way,
yep.
Happy birthday, Mr. Johnson.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, for being 30, you look great.
And certainly thanks to everybody involved. Thanks to the guys back in the studio. They're going to carry you the rest of the way. Will Brown will get you the scores and updates, and Hal Burton on the board and master control as well, as we appreciate all their fine work tonight too. Final score again from Brentwood High School. The Bruins win it over Centennial by a score of 20-10. I'm Joe Fisher. We'll see you next week on the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, this is Greg Pug, and while Nashville might be changing and shifting around us, the inner soul and vibe of the city remains vibrant and very much alive. Take an iconic location like Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. It's the place around the corner with the finest prime meats and amazing meals served by wonderful people and anything else you might need without going to the big box store. Roy's Meat Service is a preferred caterer of the Nashville Cats. Give them a call at 615-227-2583 or visit roymeatservice.com. Hey, this is Greg Pug, and while Nashville might be changing and shifting around us, the inner soul and vibe of the city remains vibrant and very much alive. Take an iconic location like Roy's Meat Service in East Nashville. It's the place around the corner with the finest prime meats and amazing meals served by wonderful people and anything else you might need without going to the big box store. Roy's Meat Service is a preferred caterer of the Nashville Cats. Give them a call at 615-227-2583 or visit roymeatservice.com.
Hey, Nashville, start your day the right way with Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel. Bongo Java is Nashville's oldest local coffee company. Get your day started with a freshly baked muffin and wash it down with a hot cup of dark roast or hair of the dog blend. With free Wi-Fi, you can get some work done while enjoying a toasted breakfast sandwich. Beat the traffic. Treat yourself at Bongo Java Cafe, located in the lobby of the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown Music City.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro, with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
It's the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Exclusively on your home for the best high school football coverage in Tennessee. WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station.
It's the final. Brentwood, 20-10 winner over Centennial. 30 points combined. Both of these teams have not even given up 90 points defensively all year. And man, how first quarter, I'm going to go through the summary. Both teams punted after long drives in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
In the second quarter, Aiden Wright had 2 sacks for Brentwood.
Nice.
And then Alex Greer had a 32-yard touchdown reception for Brentwood in the second quarter. And then the Bruins would score a touchdown run. That made the score 14-3. Centennial would get a field goal on the board in the first half. Well, for Centennial, the story of the first 2 quarters for them were penalties and sacks.
Yeah.
I mean, they really hurt Centennial, not only in the first half, but throughout the duration of the game.
Yeah.
And we'll go to the third quarter. Now, Centennial comes back on a 97-yard touchdown drive to narrow the deficit to 14-10.
Yep.
The fourth quarter, back and forth affair. And how ironic, the game ends on a interception that was fumbled into the end zone and recovered by Brentwood. And due to the clock being at all zeros, well, there was no reason for Brentwood to kick an extra point.
Right.
So Brentwood escapes, I guess. Wouldn't call it escaping, but Brentwood, the better team tonight, winning 20-10. They will improve to 7-1 on the year. Centennial will fall to 5-3. 2 well-coached ball teams, and we were able to listen to it unfold tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great game. One of the best ones we've had all year, certainly on the station. And it was an exciting game to listen to there because there was a couple like close interceptions and stuff like that, and it was really just a fun game to listen to. And what a great way to end, right? With both teams trying hard, fighting for the ball, and just trying to make things happen, even with not much time left. That's the kind of thing you want to see in your team, is really fighting tooth and nail to the end, no matter what the outcome is going to be.
I'll go back to another point. Coming into the game, Brentwood as a defense gives up 11 points per game.
Wow.
I added all that up. That's 81 points. Okay. Not counting tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Centennial, on the other end, 55.
Wow.
How many points they've given up all season? 13 points in the last 4 games. So, that they've given up.
Yeah.
Tonight, this is the 5th game that Brentwood holds an opponent to 10 points or less. And this will stop a streak for Centennial with a point differential of -10. They gave up 20 tonight. So that now puts them up to 75 points that they've given up the entire year. And for Brentwood, that's now 91. I mean, 2 really good defenses going at each other tonight. And it's going to be fun to watch these programs in the playoffs. We'll get you a few scores around the Midstate. I think we got a couple interviews coming up. Our aforementioned score, Brentwood gets win number 7 tonight with a 20-10 win over Centennnial. Westmoreland with a monumental win tonight. They did something they haven't done since 2006. We'll let Jeff Combs talk about that. They win over Smith County 35-6. Station Camp with a hard-fought win versus Creekwood. They win 14-7. Independence gets win number 2 over a struggling Gibson County program, 44-0. Independence with the advantage there. The battle of the sides, north side, south side. Jackson north side defeating Jackson south side tonight. Springfield 35, Hunters Lane did not get on the board. Baylor 48-7 win over St. Pius, the 10th out of Missouri. Nashville Christian with a 46-0 win over Fayetteville. And Pope John Paul Preparatory School, also known as JP2, 49-28 win versus Rockville. Rockville defeated the Knights last season. Green Hill blanking Laverne 43-0. We'll stop the scores right there. I think we got a caller on the line, and we'll go to Mr. Swift. He covered the East Nashville game tonight. Tim, thanks for joining us. Talk about your game.
Appreciate it. 43 to 14 win. 42 to 14 win East over Cane Ridge. The big thing there was Martez Lamb, the starting quarterback for East, got hurt this week, and so East had to go to their backup quarterback, Dallas Covington. He had 4 touchdown passes tonight, 2 of them to Jadon Mobley. So big night for East. Had to get back on the winning track. They had lost their previous 2 games to FRA and Smyrna the previous couple of weeks. They had a bye week in between there. Of course, they get back on the winning track, got a 1 game left in the season against Stratton before they head in the playoffs. Of course, for East, the biggest thing, as you know, Will, is just trying to get back to Chattanooga and trying to get up to another matchup with Alcoa. That's pretty much been their goal since last year when they lost to Alcoa in the state championship.
Man, who doesn't lose to Alcoa?
It's been everybody for 9 years now. So
Good point proven. I'm glad. We work so well together. When you look at Cane Ridge, man, I mean, I could just go through the stud athletes that have donned the purple and black, as Antioch calls them, the school down the street. They have struggled since Coach Eddie Woods has left. How hard has it been watching this Cane Ridge team play this season?
I think the biggest thing for them is it's the procedural stuff. There was one particular drive, and they're not going to be proud of this. They got 3 straight false starts, and they had to start a drive at 1st and 25. And that's just not – at this point in the season, that's just not what you're looking for. But you got to remember, Cane Ridge was a program just a couple of years ago. They were in the state quarterfinals. And since then, they've had a hard time with the passing game and trying to find a guy that they can move the ball through the air. They've got a couple of nice backs. One kid, Anthony Sensabadu, I have to shout him out. He had both of Cane Ridge's touchdowns on the ground, was close to 100 yards rushing. But, of course, when you can't throw the ball and you fall behind early, that's going to be a big problem. But, yeah, Cane Ridge was a program just a couple of years ago. They were in the mix in the final 8 for a state championship. But, again, finding that next quarterback has been tough for them over the last couple of years.
Man, some of the guys I'm thinking about. Once Donnie Mitchell, I want to say, went to Cane Ridge. Devon Starling, who started his career at Tennessee State, now at Northern Arizona. Some guys that I know personally. It's just been Brandon Miller. I'm sure that name rings a bell.
Of course, yeah. Rookie of the year, of course.
Right.
Rookies of the year, all rookie team.
I know. Just unfortunately plays in Charlotte. And it's just a hard time for me, Tim, when it comes to fall because I'm a Hornets fan. But it's just, man. And when Coach Eddie Woods left, a great coach. And what he was able to do and the amount of guys that he sent to Division I programs, you know what? They're now going through what Antioch went through.
And you see the turn with Antioch in the last year they won 4 games, got to the playoffs. They've won that many this year. They have a chance for a 5th win next week. And again, you shout out Andre Adams over at Antioch. at the quarterback position, and I'm going to keep coming back to this, when we talk Metro football especially, if you can find a guy that can throw the ball just a little bit, it's going to make everybody else on your squad better, because it's not like the Metro schools and, Cambridge in particular. It's not like they don't have athletes. They got plenty of athletes. Sometimes you just got to find that guy that can throw the ball around.
Yeah, that you do. And like you stated, final score in that game, East Nashville 42, Cane Ridge 13. Where else you going to be this weekend, Tim, before we let you
go? Nowhere else this weekend, but I got a couple of games I'm looking at next week, possibly Maplewood and Liberty Creek. Shout out to Maplewood. If they can win next week, that would mean that they might be able to host a playoff game.
And
so
they started off, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. I know Coach Chris Simpson very well, and one of the assistant coaches, Keith Martin, down there at Maplewood. He's actually a Maplewood alum, Keith Martin. I had text Chris one day. I said, Coach, what's going on? I haven't heard back since. But obviously good things are going on down in East Nashville.
Yeah, better for them this year than the previous couple of years. Like you said, Coach Simpson, young coach, just getting that program together. But, yeah, they've got a big shot here coming up next week against Liberty Creek. Essentially, you can call it pretty much a play-in game as far as making the playoffs going forward. So a big game for Maplewood next week.
All right, Tim. Hey, always good to hear your voice. Thanks for calling in, and you have a good night.
All right, appreciate it, Will.
All right, now we're going to bring in Jeff Combs, the voice of Westmoreland. Your team won 35-6. What did Westmoreland just do? We'll get to Jeff in just a second. We'll give you a few more scores. Beach defeating Siegel 35-20. Riverdale with a 24-7 win over Blackman. Gallatin 48-13 victory against Wilson Central. Pearl Cone blanks Greenbrier. I think Pearl Cone did what they were supposed to do tonight, 62-0. Stratford with a 27-20 win over Maplewood. Maplewood, as you just heard, has a chance to play themselves in to the playoffs. And second-year head coach Chris Simpson doing some really good things in East Nashville. Stewart's Creek 21 and Smyrna did not get on the board. And Hal, we're going to go back to our game. What a wonderful affair tonight. I mean, albeit a tough loss for Centennial, but they step out of region play. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is tough, but like I said before, they fought hard, right? They didn't give up, even though they were down and it was close to the end of the game. They were still playing a good football game, and that's something that you like to see, right? That these, young men can still have some fight in them, even though it might be hopeless, I guess, for lack of a better term. But no, it was a good game, and, I think they might be better off for it. Maybe they can come back and win next week or something, and because they're still in the game, right? The season's not over for them, but with the loss of this game, they definitely still have a chance to come back and make a good impact somewhere and be an effective football team.
Oh yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll get you a couple more scores. Upperman 42, White House 6. Cookeville 31-14 win over Lincoln County. The Webb School right now defeating Good Pasture, probably one of the toughest winless teams in the state of Tennessee. And the Webb School, man, they have some great athletes out there on the field, 47-28. And I think we got Jeff Combs back. We'll go ahead and let him take over the last couple of minutes. Jeff, your team won 35-6 tonight. You guys have done something that you haven't done since 2006. And what is that?
We are the first time we have won a region title up here at Westmoreland since 2006. And so fans are pretty excited. There's still several here at the stadium.
What was Westmoreland, they can win any type of way. And I think tonight they have shown that when in focus, they are the better team. What was a moment in a game tonight where you're like, you know what? They got it.
Right when we came, the first drive after halftime to me, we were up 14-6, and we got the ball to open the second half and went on a 5.5-minute drive that I don't think the ball went up in the air. I think we kept running the ball behind our offensive line with Cooper White and Matthew Martin and Colton Sizemore, and punched it in to put us up 21-6. And right at that moment, it felt like we just had to wait the clock out at that point. But, yeah, right at the halftime, because going in, Smith County scored right before the first half ended, and you started to wonder if you got to stop and maybe another score. Things could get really interesting, and the team, the seniors as a whole, really just punched it down the field. 5.5-minute drive, go 21-6, and that's really all she wrote.
Describe the atmosphere out there tonight.
Oh, it was exciting. I mean, everyone's cold. I mean, it's kind of cold out here in the Ridge today. So everyone's a little cold with it. So there's a lot of blankets and things like that. But there's a lot of excitement and a lot of joy in this team that a lot of people in this area have been waiting for a region title like this. And they are so excited about this for this team, for this group of boys. And this community up here, these small communities, you talk about it every week with me, that they love their Westmoreland Eagle football team. And a win like this is big for this community. It's going to be talked about all this week at restaurants, at gas stations, banks, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, it's always fun when the smaller schools win, and it's been interesting kind of following the season with you every year. You're one of Tim Swift, a couple other guys are one of my most consistent callers, so I always try to show you guys some love. But, hey, congratulations, and I think it's time to go party like it's 2006.
Sounds like a plan. We got a tough game out at Portland next week, and then it's a game against Trousdale, and it's get ready for playoffs. So we've done a lot of work. Now it's 2 weeks to make sure we're healthy, and we'll see what happens, what Coach Perry plans to do.
All right, that is the voice of Westmoreland football, Jeff Combs. They win tonight 35-6 over Smith County, and they are in the playoffs. And what we'll do, we're going to call it a night. We're going to let you know our broadcast is brought to you by Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Calls, Tim Leeper Roofing, and Omni Nashville Hotel. Tune in tomorrow morning for Prep Football Talk with Coach Bubba Spears and Craig Ladd, and then we'll have a replay of one-on-one with Mike Organ. Good night, Nashville.
Thank you for listening to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Freeman Webb, Omni Nashville Hotel, Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers, Wesley Mortgage, Medical House Calls. Next Friday, our game is FRA traveling to East Nashville. Coverage starts at 6:45.